Hello, 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 and off we go back to the Outer Worlds, where today we're going to try and wrap up all the remaining side and companion quests so that we can get ready for the Peril on Gorgon DLC. And then finish the game. So bear with me for a moment here while I go ahead and tweet out the link to today's stream. There we go. And we'll pull up the chat. Okay, looks good. Looks like everything is up and running. We're going to jump back in here, and do feel free to say hi when you join into the stream. Okay, here we go. So where were we when we left off? That is the question. I think we finished Parvati's quest. And now we're going to need to jump to another companion quest. So, okay. We can also return to Lilia. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that before we do the rest of our companion quests. Let's go ahead and jump to Lilia, because we got those dangerous chemicals for her. And Achilles is in the chat, says, good morning, was just checking out your Fallout stream last night. Good morning, Achilles, and welcome to the stream. I decided to jump on a little early today. This is the last day of my little mini vacation here, and I want to try and make some progress in the Outer Worlds. Not sure I'll have time to do a stream tonight, so we're going to jump in now. But welcome. I appreciate you coming around. All right, let's see here.
You're adjusting before you pull. You're anticipating.
I do need to do some repairs, I think. Okay, repair all equipped works for me. 28 weapons and armor parts. All right, looks like I've got plenty of that stuff, and I can break down some stuff here. I've been picking up plenty of weapons so that I can break them down. That's a pretty good weapon. We might give that to a companion then. Don't need that. Definitely don't need a level 11 weapon. And I think we're good there. 261 out of 330 is my carry weight. Let's see if we can dump anything in the not stash box. Okay. Not really using that, so that can go. That's a unique weapon. That can go in there. And that can too, at least for now. We're not going to need that for anything now that the DLC is over. Okay, yeah, we're fine there. Nova Burst is pretty cool, but I don't really use it. Well, let's hold on to it for now. Okay, and then we've probably got some outfits and things we can put in here. But I kind of like carrying those things just in case. Let's see, maybe we've got some other things we can dump. Okay, don't need all those. I should probably sell those things. All right, I want to keep like one of these things on me. But they all have weight, so they need to go. And you all get to hang out with me while I manage my inventory. Progress is being made. Not much progress, mind you, but progress nonetheless. All right, we don't need 6 of those, that's for sure. And we don't need... Okay, Whisper Quiet Muzzlers. I do occasionally need those. So let's keep 2 of those just in case. But the nice thing here is you can stash all this stuff away. So you can go back to it later if you need it. All right, melee mods I'm never going to need because I'm not a melee player. So those can definitely get put away. We're all right there. And never going to use that. So we're going to go for the stuff that's really heavy. Oh, I'm carrying a lot of food. Okay, so what I should do is probably sell this stuff off, but I don't have the need for it anymore. And look at all that adreno, that's taking up weight. $25 purple berry punches. Those can go away. Okay, that can go in our inhaler, I think. That should be good in the inhaler. 19 Spectrum Vodka Reds? Yeah, no, don't need all that stuff. Definitely not. Adrenotime. I never use Adrenotime. All right, so yeah, we're saving a lot of weight with all these consumables. Which is just fine by me. And 15 rum and somethings. No, don't need all that. Don't need all that. 11 purple berry crunches. Thought I just dumped purple berry crunches. Purple berry liqueur. I've just got a couple of something. I'm not going to worry about it, but 7 and 8 of things is... That's pretty significant. Considering this shows you how much you use consumables in this game. You just don't. It's kind of a shame because they clearly put a lot of work into making them. So I would love to see them be a little more useful, but they're just really not. Looks like we've got a few more to go here. Not going to need that. Okay, so that took our weight down considerably. And we're doing pretty good here. How about this? And I guess I can't sort this now. Okay. So you can't sort it in this screen. So I like holding on to some of this stuff just in case it's needed, but there's definitely some duplicates in here and things that aren't really doing anything. And I'm probably better off scrapping some of it, but at this point, I just want to clear some room. And persuade we keep, long guns we keep. That has no effects. Tech skills, stealth skills, tech skills. So we don't need 2 different tech skills outfits. Dialogue, long guns. Defense, don't need that. Inspiration, maybe. Damage to creatures. That could be useful at some point. We'll hold on to that for now. Two-handed melee we don't need. No effects. Lock picking is good. Sneak is good. Maybe we'll give that to a companion. Not worried about that. And Achilles in the chat says classic RPG. Maybe later I'll need it. Yeah, I know I'm not going to need it, but the nice thing with this game is there's really no... you don't have a stash limit like you do in Fallout 76, so if I put it away and never need it again, it's fine. It's not hurting me. Personality, attributes, and leadership. Okay, we'll hold on to that. Medical. Stealth, dialogue. Don't need another tech. Got plenty of dialogue. Don't need melee. Don't need another tech. Got plenty of dialogue. Plenty of dialogue. All right, let's go through some of this stuff. Inspiration, handguns, long guns. And there's still probably some duplicates in here, but I'll live with it. That seems useful. Determination. I've got something else with that on it. I've got some stealth skills. That's hacking. We'll keep that. And we've got some of those, but we'll hold on to it. Sneak, lie, and dialogue. Okay, cool. All right, we've cut down a lot of weight. I've been holding on to this as though I'm going to use it, even though I probably never will again. But for now, it's fine. We're down to 100 pounds. That's good. And we got some more folks in the chat here. John Linton says, hi, how's it going? It's going great, John. And Shore Slayer says, haven't played since before the DLC. Is it worth running a new character or just picking up where the last one was before either of the DLCs? Yeah, it's... if you have a save from after you complete the Radio Free Monarch quest, but before you've gone past the end point, then I would just pick up where you were. If not, then you kind of have to start a new character. And I do like the DLCs. They're both good. We played through the Murder on Eridanos one on stream here already, and it was really good. And I have played some of Peril on Gorgon, and I did like it. The game isn't that long, so doing another playthrough isn't that big of a deal. But yeah, it's definitely... it's kind of frustrating to me that you can't just load it into your end game. But we'll survive. Okay, so where are we going here? We're going back to the Groundbreaker to see Lilia Hagen and deliver her dangerous gas. And we're already there. Or are we? Yeah, we are already there. Cool. Okay, Lilia Hagen, let's go bring you some dangerous stuff. Achilles says, I wish I could cut some weight like this. COVID-15? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think we're all suffering from that one. All right, who do we want to bring with us? Nyoka and Felix. It works for me. Shore Slayer says they need an expansion like what Broken Steel did for Fallout 3. Yeah, I'd kind of like that myself. But at the same time, this world isn't, like, there isn't as much to do in it as there was in Fallout 3, so Fallout 3, it's very easy to have completed the game and still have a lot to do, where with this, it's a little more like New Vegas in the sense that it kind of points you to everything. There isn't a lot of aimless exploring to do. So if you just go through the quests and you try to hit them all, you're going to. You're going to see everything. So I can see that there's a little bit less of a need for it. But hopefully when they do a sequel to this, there's more of that stuff. More world exploring, more open world stuff, more environmental stories. They did a good job with that with Peril on Gorgon. There was more of that. And we'll see that soon. But yeah.
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint.
Uh-huh.
120-some cubic meters of it at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Really? You're going to get 1,000,000 bits for every cubic whatever of that, and you gave me 2,000? You're going to buy a gold toilet, huh? The height of ambition for us all.
You're goddamn right. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor.
Uh-huh. Do you always send your first-timers into certain peril, or in case you were curious, no one was following me? She did give us a warning when we took the quest originally that we needed to watch our back, that someone might be watching us.
No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine doesn't always play nice with others. But it sounds like she and Clive reached some kind of understanding.
Oh, yes, they did.
Hey, when you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any strange looks, did they?
The swine? We can lie here. Could have sworn one of them winked at me.
I knew it. I'm probably getting worked up over nothing. Just try not to think about pigs. You never know, you know?
Okay, you doing okay, Lilia?
I've got a lot on my mind, but it's nothing that concerns you. At least, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have another job lined up, assuming you're still interested in work. You're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
We're gonna take over a whole space station? This is gonna be great. Oh, do we get to stick a flag in the ground?
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain.
Let's see here. How did a research station become salvaged? Just point me in the right direction.
Here, this override bypass should get you into the station systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that.
Uh-huh. Who are we worried about? Wink, nod.
Glad we understand each other. I'm on the heels of something big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in, but right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
All right, so now we get to go take over a space station for sublight shipping and salvage. And Canaplex is in the chat with a good morning, sir. Good morning, Canaplex. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the early stream. Much earlier than usual. Okay, can I just fast travel from here, or do I have to go back to the... Yeah, I can just fast travel. Good. The goal here today is to knock out all the side quests leading up to the ending. That way we get ready to start Peril on Gorgon. And the reason I'm doing this one early today and kind of jumping ahead of it is I finally bit the bullet and I ordered a new custom-built PC last night. I'm sure it's going to take at least a month to get here because, you know, graphics cards being what available as they aren't and whatnot. But for now, I want to make sure that I want to make sure that we get through this, because once the new one comes, I'm not going to want to touch my old PC again, and transferring saves and all that stuff is going to be irritating. Okay, so here we go. And Shore says that's exciting. Yes, I'm very excited about it. My wallet is a bit less excited about it, but I am excited about it. To have something that's, you know, the gaming laptop that I have is not bad. It can handle most of what I play just fine, but it's, you know, when I got it, I didn't anticipate streaming or content creation really at all. And now that I'm doing more of that, it makes sense to have something that can handle some of these newer games that are going to come out. So we did it. We got a 3080 graphics card, you know, at some point that will go in it and get built. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's continue. We got to go take over the space station for Lilia.
Staying out of sight. Ain't nothing but the void here, Captain. I just as soon leave it cold, dark, and derelict.
Okay, so we got to go through this restricted access point. But I'm not sure if it's active or not. It's not. Okay. We have a notepad. Shipping label, 1 case of UDL concussive mines to HRS 1084. Signed by Chief of Security Ida Kimball. Warning, contents may have shifted in transit. Warranty is void on any and all detonated mines regardless of cause. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying mines is a fireable offense. Mines are not a company-authorized decoration, pet, or sporting equipment. Mines are not suitable for ingestion. Mines are not eligible for any recycling promotion. Do not purposefully stand, sit, or recline on mines. Mines are not your friend. UDL claims no liability for any actions taken or not taken by mines. UDL recognizes that you could have chosen any remote explosives provider. Your commitment guarantees product quality and safety, * for many shipments to come. Thank you and have a pleasant detonation. Note, quality and safety not guaranteed. I love it. And Shore Slayer says the 3080 is going to be so nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. I debated whether I should get the 3090, but looking at the cost difference and the way I play and what I'm doing with it, it didn't really make sense. You know, if I was doing a lot of 4K production, then it would make way more sense, but I'm not. And I think by the time we get to the point where 4K is really ubiquitous, there's going to be at least one more generation of GPUs out. So
we poke around too much, they might wake
I'll
up.
just hold tight. I think the 3080 is going to be ample firepower for the kinds of games I tend to play and the streaming and content I tend to do. All right, what is this terminal here? Station security. Restore power supply to station to resume normal terminal operations. Okay, so we can't do anything there. We need to follow the quest marker. That's what we need to do. Follow the quest marker. Do you open? No. Maybe this one? No. Do I have the quest highlighted? I do not. Okay, the Ice Palace. Why did it default back to the city and the stars? All right, override cartridge will hand over control of the station systems to Sublight, legitimizing Lilia's claim over the salvage. Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to put that in. Elbin19 says, which one would you consider the bigger bang for the buck, these DLCs or Fallout 4 DLCs? I think I would have to say these. because the only Fallout 4 DLC that I really felt like was worth anything was Far Harbor. Nuka World was kind of fun, but not super fun. Like, it didn't make a lot of sense. You just spent the whole game rebuilding. You spent the whole game rebuilding the Commonwealth for the Minutemen, and now all of a sudden you're just going to decide to destroy it all and become a raider because you can. I don't know. Something about that narrative just didn't add up. And the Mechanist one was kind of fun, but it was really short. With this one, I really enjoyed Murder on Eridanos, and what I played of Peril on Gorgon I really liked too. So, I'd have to say this one. Because this gave us 2 true, full story DLCs. Okay. Engineering section terminal. Maintenance mode is active. Minimal functions available. Modify generator mode. Okay. Disabling emergency lighting. Flushing toilets. Error flushing toilets. See maintenance logs for details. Alright. And I guess we're good. Okay. Maintenance logs. View facility status report. Toilet in the maintenance barracks does not flush. Sensors indicate alta vitae gas is leaking from storage tanks. Alta vitae gas is toxic to humans. Priority set to non-critical. Oh, that's nice. Repair toilet. The existing work order was opened 991 days ago and was last accessed 991 days ago.
Captain,
All right. Oh, we've got Ada.
to contact you with urgent news. However, communicational functionality was impaired due to the power outage.
I'm a little busy. Can this wait?
Unfortunately, it cannot. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. So glad we finally have this opportunity. My ship is docked with 1084. There's no escape.
What do you want?
You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of Forest. But I'm in a sporting mood.
Uh-huh. So we could bribe them. What was that? You want me to hit this big self-destruct button? Adjutant Akande would appreciate your discretion in this matter, Commander. Or you won't take me alive. I'm in the mood for a fight.
I assure you that was never my intention. See you soon, Captain.
The UDL gunship remains docked at the station. They must intend to board with a full squad of troops.
Don't waste your breath negotiating with these board types, boss.
Oh, don't you worry, Felix. I don't need to negotiate. I've got the hand cannon. Hand cannons do not require negotiation. They are the ultimate negotiating tool.
All right, people. That little stuff like the crack is
All right, here we go. Yep, so much for you. All right, what else do we have here? Nobody's dead yet. Okay, we got some enemies over here. Assault Trooper, yeah. How you doing, buddy? Not so good anymore.
Everyone all right?
That looks like it. The board are now cautious. Only cautious, you say? That's mildly disappointing. They should be far more than cautious. All right, restricted area requires a board ID. Well, so much for that. All right, where is our next? Okay, we got power back on, so let's take a peek at this terminal. And Shore Slayer says if you're using mods, the Fallout 4 DLCs give you a lot more options. Yes, I'm sure that's true. there's definitely value in them. But from a pure, I like to play games for the story context, I'll take story over just stuff any day. And that was kind of what I felt like a lot of the Fallout 4 mods was just, they were packages of stuff to play with and a little bit of story. Some of the Nuka World stuff was good, but it was also weird. Just the context of it was weird. All right, let's read the messages now that we can get into here. Redacted, subject, your concerns. From I, Kimball, to Redacted. Of course morale is low. You gave those PhDs tanks of nuclear scrambling gas and no warm bodies to test it on. What did you think would happen? They can test on each other all they want, but no one lays a hand on my squad. I'm installing safeguards in case anyone challenges that decree. And that's in response to you asked that I reach out. I'm doing so. Is something amiss with the team? How's their morale? Their commitment to the project? To A. Kimball, subject, bedtime story, draft. So maybe this was never sent. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a princess who trained to be a soldier. While the other princesses got jobs at canneries and counting houses, the soldier squinted down her sights at the firing range and made sure she hit the target every time. Then one day, a not very nice man offered her a job in an ivory tower far, far away from the kingdom. The princess could provide for her ailing father, her lovely child, and her goofball husband. But she would have to stay locked in the tower until the doctors could find a way out. Once she thought better of her choices, the princess applied for early dismissal, but no one listened. The end. I love you, Angelica. Maybe you can write me a better ending. Give your father a hug and tell him I'm sorry for missing another birthday. Mom. Ah, so this is from someone stationed here to her daughter. And it sounds like she was stuck here. Return to root, security routines, engage auto mechanical recharge protocols, recall in process. So now we should have free reign of the facility. Elbin asks, would you ever consider playing CRPGs like Disco Elysium or Wasteland 3? Story and content seems to be your thing. It definitely is, and I've considered them. We'll see. We'll see what will happen in time. I like story and content, but I'm very weird, I guess, when it comes to games. I like story and content, but I also really don't like tedium. And a lot of those games tend to kind of require you to engage in quite a bit of tedious stuff. All right, we're done here. If I have to spend in a 3 to 4 hour stream, if I have to spend more than 10 minutes managing inventory, it's not going to work. And that seems to be my impression on a lot of those. Wasteland might be interesting, though. That looks like less of that. Okay, where are we going? Where is this quest marker taking us? Why am I so lost in here? This is not that confusing. And I think this is the water chip schematic from Fallout 1. I know one of these schematics on the wall is the water chip. Okay, where are we going? Here? Must be. Oh, we've got a mine. Okay.
Whoa, keep an eye on the floor.
Really? Alright, and we can pick this lock. Electrical control room. And we've got another terminal. Oh, that reminds me, I did want to put some stuff in my inhaler. Okay, we don't need that in the inhaler. Don't need that. I had something that I had a whole lot of. Yes. Focus it all. Extra critical damage, extra headshot weak spot damage. That's nice to add to our inhaler. And Cosmic Smoke is going to help with weapon sway. So we'll throw that in there too. There we go. Okay. See if that clears up the foggy head. There we go. All right, main menu, security routines. UDL Electrofloor 3000 is online. Disengage checkpoint security. Sounds like a good idea. Personal files. Log Mama Bear. Kimball came by asking if any of the docs had been around. I told her what I know. It's been quiet, just ask Alpha. She walked off with a spring in her step. Okay, weird. As she requisitioned a UDL Electrofloor 3000 for my checkpoint and a crate of concussion mines. Guess she didn't believe me. Is she preparing for war? She's acting like she knows something the rest of us don't. Seems especially uncomfortable around the docks. I really want to know what was going on here. Okay, is that the only one? Yes. All right. So there's some kind of top secret experiment going on here. And I played through all this on my own when the game first came out, but I don't remember it all. Let's go through the next door. Sounds like, yeah, looks like we've got some kind of enemy over here. We turned off the electrified floor that was here to keep people out. Oh, we've got more mines. And we have in the chat, Zom, Shore Slayer sent me, like the stream and subbed. Keep it up. Well, thank you. I appreciate everybody coming around and the recommendations. All right, let's see here. Oh, we've got people suspended in goo. Uh-huh. Okay, well, that usually means nefarious scientific experiment gone awry. Once the goo tubes show up, you know something bad's happening. And we'll loot everybody's rooms. That seems to be what we're dealing with here. See if there's any lore in here. Or if it's just stuff. Stuff is fine. Lore is better. Nothing in there. And we're still going. Okay, so I think that's all the bedrooms. And in here, we're going to go into the goo tube room.
Boss, I think they're still alive in there.
They're still alive. Okay, and we've got robots over here. Oh, but they're in their charging protocol, so they're not going to attack. Right? That's right. Okay, because we took care of that. Good, good, good. Okay, so Felix thinks these scientists are still alive in their goo tubes. All right, what do we have here? Subject, Dr. Claire Pearsall. Current status, alive, unstable condition, stasis setting active. Notes, subject condition is dire. Make sure resuscitation devices are on hand upon revival. Please hold on, Claire. We almost had it this time. I swear we'll bring you back. With love, Dr. Ava Chartrand, Lorelei Fall, Dr. James Guthrie. Okay. So, is she in pillar here? Or is this... Okay, maybe we have multiple pedestals here. No, this is a different doctor, Dr. James Guthrie. Current status, alive, extremely unstable condition. Stasis setting, active. Subject will need extensive nucleon resequencing for any chance of viable extraction. I'm sorry it ended up like this, James. We'll come back for you all and fix this, I swear on it. Please forgive us, Dr. Ava Chartrand, Dr. Lorelei Fall. Okay, so we've got them. So I guess they were experimenting on themselves because they didn't have any test subjects. And how about this one? Oh, there's the other goo tube. Okay. And Dr. Charles McNulty. Alive, unstable, active. Subject should not be revived until a method for stabilizing his condition is found. In gratitude, bunch of doctors. Okay, so we're getting the point of what's going on here. They were experimenting on themselves, got into trouble, put themselves in stasis to stay alive. And somebody, it sounds like somebody left to get help and potentially never came back. Okay, here we go. Personal terminal, E. Chartrand. It's been 1,217 days since last login. Security routines. Modify systems access protocols. Unlock personal quarters. Let's do that. Okay, security access. Insert sublight override cartridge. Let's not do that yet. Project summary. Executive Research Focus Group E177J48. Purpose: biological hybridization and assimilation strategies. Active team members: Chartrand E, Fall L. Inactive: Guthrie J, McNulty C, Pearsall C, Ryall T. Goal: further the chimeric sciences via the targeted modification of human nuclein using strands obtained from Halcyon native fauna. Classification: C. Crapt 1002, aka Raptidon. So it sounds like they're trying to splice human DNA with Raptidon DNA to maybe make it so people can survive more easily in this star system, which might not be actually the craziest thing in the world. Messages from Redacted. Station morale. It has come to my attention that a culture of distrust has soured relations between HRS 1084's research staff and security personnel. Many of you have submitted requests for early dismissal. To the research staff, the importance of your work supersedes any interpersonal conflict. To our security personnel, there will be no early dismissal. You will also notice that your employment contract has no set end date. We can enjoy a discussion of morale and its impact on success metrics once the question of humanity's place in the Halcyon Colony is answered. In the meantime, get back to work. Okay then. And logs. 3 priority entries found. Charlie. We almost lost Charlie. It was a runaway resequencing shift. Once it started, it kept going, spreading beyond the isolated tissue to a full-blown systemic infiltration. He said it was like every organ was itchy. I told him we'd ice him, freeze him until we could work out how to reverse what had gone wrong. Every time Lore walked by me, she rubbed my shoulders and asked me to take a different reading. They didn't need to be taken. It was just to keep my mind occupied. She's been checking on me every hour since. So now we get a little more insight into exactly what was going on. We had to put Claire on ice today. She and the others drew straws. Claire lost. The change was slower this time. At first, the resequence stayed within normal parameters. Then it spread again, just like with Charlie. Tomorrow I'm reaching out to my handler directly. I need some answers. I wonder how Guthrie's doing. I hear symphony music from under his door. And now James. This log is being entered by Dr. Fall. I had to prescribe Dr. Chartrand enough sedatives to knock out a primal. Yesterday morning, Dr. Guthrie and I drew straws to decide which of us would be the next test subject. He pulled the short one. No new developments after all of our sacrifices. Oh, excuse me. After all of our sacrifices, it still feels like we're miles away from a breakthrough. Ava hasn't forgiven herself for the losses. Maybe some time away from HRS 1084 will clear her mind. The board confirmed receipt of my report and transmitted our recall notice. We're just awaiting transport. I wish we could take some time away from the project to clear our heads, but we're not even close to that point. An access outbound comm transcript. Okay, transmission begins. E. Chartrand, is anyone listening? Redacted, who is this? I'm the project lead on 1084. I wanted... Station 1084, you have orders to maintain wireless silence until a mission end date is achieved. Executive override, password, antediluvian. Audible sigh. What can I do for you, Doctor? The board told me they would deliver my queries about our transcription problem on the Cornelius Vanderbilt. Where are we with that? I'm afraid I can't provide an updated status at this time, Doctor. Chartrand. The assault cruiser should have arrived on Earth by now. My query was addressed to the Chimerical Research Department at George de Hevesy Institute in Budapest. One of my associates will reach out when we have an update. Chartrand E. When? Aren't you in contact with the assault cruiser? What happened? Station 1084, misuse of this channel is a fireable offense, as is abusing your executive override, save in cases of emergency. Chartrand, damn it, this is an emergency. Transmission ends. Executive override discontinued. Duration indefinite. So that paints an even bigger picture. So not only was the lead scientist trying to get help, but it sounds like they were trying to get help from Earth. And the vessel they sent to Earth never responded. Why not? Did something happen to Earth? We don't know. All right, let's check the safe. And now we can transfer. I guess we'll just transfer power. Just look at the quest quickly. Seems to be powered down. You can find a power source. Arrived at the station. Okay, yep, we're good. We're just going to go ahead and transfer power to Sublight. There we go. All right, accessing override data, displaying automated confirmation. Standing in the legal property of Sublight Salvage and Shipping. Good work, contractor. Report back to Sublight and collect your cut. Okay.
Something? You might be the finest agent Sublight ever hired.
Obviously.
Chartrand. I've seen that name before somewhere. Cascadia, right?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing the name in Cascadia, too. And Cirque is in the chat. Kinda early for you. How's it going? It's going great. This is the last day of my little mini vacation, so I decided to take advantage of it and do an extra stream. Okay, so these doctors are alive in their goo tubes. And I'm wondering if there's anything diabolical I can do to them. Are there any terminals I missed? Doesn't look like it. I guess we just need to go back to Lilia and collect our cut. So that wasn't too terribly challenging. Ooh, what do we have here? I don't think I've been here before. Key encoder status online encode keycard. Oh, I could have encoded a blank UDL keycard here if I wanted to. More messages. From Redacted, closing down. A transport vessel has been dispatched to HRS 1084. Taking the liberty of upgrading the sensitive materials containment rating of this asset, which means you're permitted to leave with company-branded consumables, but all personal effects must be left behind. Do not interfere with the tanks. A cleanup crew will dispose of all exhausted assets in time. Anyone who requires ethical correction therapy can speak to a Spacer Care-approved alienist. So it looks like UDL is going to just come in here and kill everybody. So I wonder what Sublight's going to do with it. Personal files, note on Jay Guthrie. James is gone and he never said goodbye. Keep telling myself that he wanted me to remember him as he was outside of the tank. Or maybe he was just bad at goodbyes. When I saw what was left of him, I wanted to airlock everyone who let it happen. You could have said something, James. We were never short on time. Nothing's keeping me here now. The bits aren't worth it. I've requested a transfer. I get the impression I'm not the only one. Note on Chief Kimball. Kimball thinks there'll be trouble once the docks run out of warm bodies. James was around. I know he'd set her straight. Now that he's gone, maybe I could use some convincing too. She showed up next to my bunk last night, said that if anything happened to her, her password was her daughter's name. Hope it never comes to that. Okay. So just a little more background. And we can pick this. Oh, there was the blank UDL keycard, so we could have used that. Oh, we have something we can sneak into. Ooh. I wonder what's back here. Okay, that takes us back out there. Let's see what we get up here. Probably nothing we haven't been through already. Scientist. And a hunting rifle. Okay, so we have a scientist that was up here up to something. That seems to be about it. Okay, we got to get back out here to Lilia. Let's move along, or can we just fast travel? Let's see. I doubt it. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So, do we go down here, or... Yeah, let's head down here. Can we open this door yet? Nope, it's just decoration. Okay. Now we can head back to the ship. All right, and I think...
Captain, I must say, your thrilling management of the UDL troops at HRS-1084 was masterful to, remotely keep apprised of.
I get the impression that Ada likes it when I murder people. She's just a little bit diabolical herself.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
All right, let's go talk to Lilia. Can I fast travel? Not yet. Maybe I can. Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. Let's just get down closer to Lilia, turn in this quest. I'm pretty sure she's going to send us on one more interesting quest. And there's Sublight. Spratwurst. And the elevator's closed. We'll have to wait for it to open. Here we go. All right, Lilia.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain.
Ah, now I see what it was for. You'll also find some automech salvage awaiting new owners. The base had scientists in suspension tanks. Some might still be alive.
I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station?
We can lie and say it was an easy job, no surprises. No, let's tell her the truth. UDL soldiers swarmed me once I got the lights on.
I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already.
You don't say. Perception, rare gas in a lab that tested it on people couldn't have been a coincidence.
You have an eye for patterns. Good. We need more contractors like you. After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know.
Uh-huh, okay. The truth about the human tailbone?
I'm thinking more along the lines of the sapient species paradox.
Oh, I read about that in one of my magazines. She's talking about aliens, right?
Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters.
Okay. I could ask myself those things. So, we don't have the intelligence because we're playing dumb, so we can't ask about the sapiens paradox or the discovery of intelligent life. Maybe they were just hiding expensive research from pirates like Sublight.
No, they were hiding something the colony isn't ready to know. Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain?
Oh, that would have been a perfect place for a dumb dialogue option. I guess that depends on what we're talking about.
You call that an open mind? All right, here goes. Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the
Of
ones
course you are.
responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We
Uh-huh.
have to put a stop to it.
I knew it. Aliens from other worlds been visiting Halcyon.
At least one of your crew can keep an open mind. But this isn't some aetherwave serial, Millstone. This is reality.
Uh-huh. Aliens? Question mark. Aliens, period. Really? Or say nothing. We're just gonna say number 2. Aliens.
I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
Right. I'm done. I'm officially tuning you out until such time as I hear the words payment and/or shooting.
Damn, she's serious. Tragic, ain't it? What age does to your mental faculties?
The crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions?
Skip to the part where I get paid. I don't care what hallucinogens you're on.
You took that better than I thought. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species, and I need you to put a bullet through her skull.
Is that all? Okay. Sounds messy, but I'll take the job. Murder isn't covered under my contractor employment agreement. Why does Dr. Chartrand need to die? Let's ask the question, even though I don't really mind doing it.
She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness. Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team.
Okay. When did Sublight get so principled?
It's cute that you'd think that about me. I just want to add savior of humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way Sublight gets first dibs on alien salvage.
Uh-huh. The labs I passed through didn't seem that evil. They were mildly evil.
Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive.
That's true.
Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab.
Uh-huh. Well, we did discuss that. Whenever we see the goo tubes, it usually means diabolical experimentation is afoot. Sounds messy, but I'll take the job. Where does Chartrand fit into your alien conspiracy theory?
We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks, how much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain. An invasion needs collaborators working from the shadows. She has access to the board, unlimited funds, and a colony full of sheep.
All right, well, it sounds messy, but I'll take the job.
This keycard will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone. Maybe even deeper than that.
So I get the impression that Lilia thinks Dr. Chartrand is an alien. And is there a notepad on her desk? Yes, let's read this. Contractors, if the authorities are on your heels, our legal team has pre-approved you to recite this passage from our colonial trading rights. I may have read this before. Pursuant to regulations following internally preserved Borst, such a business entity would therefore be entitled to gather, maintain, and ultimately dispose of decommissioned agricultural hardware and accessories for profit or convenience. The short version: if we handle potted meat, we can legally salvage tractors and tractor parts. That's why I keep a can of Borst in a sublight-owned safe deposit box off-world, and why the goods you bring in are cataloged as farm equipment. Everything we do is perfectly legal. Now go bring home some bacon. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So we've got to go to Byzantium and find Dr. Chartrand. Let's head to the ship. And let's just take a quick peek at the quest itself. Eva Chartrand's home is in Byzantium. Lilia gave you a key card to the front door. All right, that's really it. So that gives us a little more background. The evidence you found in Cascadia and on HRS 1084 convinced Lilia Hagen that Dr. Eva Chartrand is at the center of an alien invasion conspiracy. She wants Chartrand killed for the good of humanity. Chartrand is a board-sponsored chimerist, scientist who manipulates the nuclein of plants and creatures from Earth to survive on colony worlds. All right, so Lilia thinks that this woman is part of an alien conspiracy, but honestly, the work that they're doing, trying to kind of combine human and alien DNA, alien being the creatures that live here for better survival, isn't the stupidest idea in the world. So maybe it makes some sense, but I can see where it's uncomfortable. All right, let's head to Byzantium. And we've got some new folks in the chat. Cirque says Sisty Bacon. Delicath dropping in to drop a like. All right, welcome, welcome. Okay.
Stay safe out there.
And who do we want to bring with us this time? Let's stick with Nyoka and Felix. They're fine. Okay, so we've got to find this lady's lab. Can we fast travel someplace closer? We're going there. Let's fast travel here. Yep, that gets us nice and close. So Lilia wants us to find this lady and put a bullet in her head. Seems like it could be a bit extreme. But yeah, so so like we talked about, the work that she's doing could actually really help people and make the colony more survivable.
No magazines, no posters, not a Rizzo's in sight. What a pile.
So because her work could be good for everyone, I'm pretty sure we do have to kill her. Yeah, we can't have too much goodness and prosperity going on here. Let's use the terminal quick here. Canaplex says, well, it's time to go put on pants and go to work. Having to put on pants seems to just ruin the day. Absolutely. Have yourself a great day. You too, Canaplex. Have a good day at work. All right, HRS 1084. My worst suspicions are confirmed. HRS 1084 was ransacked. Who knows what became of the suspension tanks and my team? As usual, my handlers on the board are no help. Until I deliver results they can replicate, package, and disperse to the general population, they desire only silence and obedience from the likes of me. Yet another relocation. Circumstances were hardly optimal at the primary and secondary labs. Political instability pulled Cascadia out from under me, and some combination of cabin fever and paranoia soured HRS 1084. Perhaps my home in steadfast Byzantium will offer the retreat I need. Though I miss working alongside colleagues, I know that I hardly deserved the ones I so enjoyed, the ones I lost. The work continues in isolation and loneliness, perhaps as it should. The first extraterrestrials. Here we go. Ever since our species became aware of itself, we imposed our superiority on the worlds we touched. Colonialism worked for a time, but our oldest trick didn't work in Halcyon, did it? Now we are the ones who must bow to a force greater than ourselves. We are the ones who must adapt. Update. Wine makes me too introspective. Perhaps I'll balance it out with vodka. So you could certainly read this as though she's aware of some alien presence that humanity needs to bow to, or perhaps she's referring to the fact that we need to alter our biology to better survive here. That seems to make the most sense. Laboratory access. Sealed. Unseal entrance. There we go. So now we can get in. And I presume that's this way. Yep, here's the elevator. Okay. Let's get in here. Uh-oh, we got goo tubes.
Smells like the med bays, only wealthier.
We've got goo tubes. That's not a good sign.
That's far enough.
There she is.
What are you doing here? How did you even get inside?
Your alien mind tricks won't fool me.
My what? Let's talk about this. Please. I think there's been a crucial misunderstanding.
Dumb, you're a crucial misunderstanding. We have to choose the dumb option.
Okay. Just stay calm and let me explain. If you came looking for some elaborate scheme, it isn't here. All I'm doing is trying to keep Halcyon alive.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving.
Ah, now we're starting to get to the bottom of things. Okay, wait, you're telling me this was all about vegetables? Do you always have corporate guards in your home? Let's roll with number 2. This is all about vegetables?
Our produce might get us through the day, but we're getting weaker as a species, and sicker. The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle. I believe that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have.
Uh-huh. Dumb option. I knew it. Wait. Huh?
I see. How do I put this so you'll understand? Halcyon, our colony, Food here doesn't feed us real good. So I want to change Earth humans into Halcyon humans. Yes?
Thank you, finally. Been waiting for somebody to explain all this in layman's terms.
I'm glad you understand. I hope you also understand how important my research is.
Hold on. What about the aliens?
Look around. We're the only intelligent aliens in Halcyon.
Wrong. We got eyewitness reports. I'd show you myself, but I left my copy of Thrilling Tales back in my bunk.
This isn't some adventure tale from a magazine.
Adaptation didn't save your research team.
Not for lack of trying. I wanted to save them all, but I wasn't strong enough.
You burned through a lot of valuable scientists to arrive at zero solutions.
I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back.
Isn't the Cornelius Vanderbilt one of the assault cruisers patrolling Halcyon?
It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
Board cover-ups? Vessels disappearing into the aether? Sounds like the work of aliens to me.
Yeah, me too.
That ain't a shock. Board folks will lie to their own mothers if it preserves their paychecks.
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace.
So Lily has sent me after a conspiracy, but it looks like I found a cover-up instead. Colonists might get unruly if they realize there was only one boot on their neck. If the board's authority is vulnerable, that's a crisis waiting to unfold. I like number 2. Colonists might get unruly if they realize there was only one boot on their neck.
Oh, nothing wrong with colonists getting unruly. Could be a real boost to the pitchfork industry.
The board also has its brand to uphold. If you can't trust the brand, what else is there?
So the board wants to adapt the entire population of Halcyon?
Once we can replicate a success, the board will move to rewire our nucleon. With any luck, our next generation will be eating and thriving off Halcyon crops.
I don't understand a word she said, but I don't like her tone one bit.
Fuck that. People are people, and ought to stay the way they were born. They start trying to tinker with my blood, I'll bury them.
We haven't made enough strides to advance the plan. Hardly any at all. But we have to keep trying.
Well, so, where do we go from here?
You could always shoot me. I assume that's why you're here.
That is true.
If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
So, we could send her to work with Phineas Wells, which, if we were going to free the people on the Hope and do all those things, that would be very good. We could tell her to keep working with the board, and everyone would remain enslaved. We can ask Felix and Nyoka what they think, or we can just attack. Let's ask Felix again.
You know how I feel, boss. If you're a cog in the corporate apparatus, your face is pretty much fair game. That's my motto.
Everything I did was for the good of the colony. Consider that.
Yeah, you know what? So we are playing the Maniacal Moron, and the Maniacal Moron is dumb and self-interested, and I'm not convinced that you aren't an alien, so, you know, this isn't going to go well for you. Where'd she go? There she goes. And we'll have some drones we have to take out. We have a corporate commander we have to take out. Almost done.
Show 'em how it's done.
Oh, we got one more.
That's the last of them.
All right. The board are now agitated. All right, we've got plenty of useless things we can steal here. And a shock baton. And where is the good doctor? Okay, and we have another scientist in a goo tube. What does this one say? Dr. Lorelei Fall, the only other one that was left alive. Subject will need medical treatments beyond our current understanding before any attempted extraction is made. You should have let me go, Lore. I drew the short straw. It was my turn. I don't think I'm strong enough to go on without you. I'll never stop searching for a way to bring you back. If I fail, may the architect annotate your place in the equation. Okay. So, that gets us to the end of that. You know, a better, smarter person would have left her alive because her work seems to make a lot of sense. Despite the fact that technically that would make people not human. If her work were successful, you know, let's be honest with ourselves. Do you want to be slightly not human or do you want to be dead? Because, you know, that's how this was going to go. All right, here we go. No rest for the depraved. Monarch's illegal claim leads to their inevitable demise. Anarchists wrest control from the usurpers. There's Graham and the Iconoclasts taking over Monarch with our help. All right, now we need to do what? We're going to need to go back to Lilia, I presume? Yep, okay. So head back to the ship. Then we'll head back to Lilia on the Groundbreaker. That should wrap that up, and then we should have our companion stories to finish. We haven't gotten Felix's quest
Nice
yet.
work dispatching Chartrand, Captain. Sublight will be pleased.
Uh-huh. And I'm sure you're pleased too, because you like it when I murder people. You little sociopathic computer. Off we go to the Groundbreaker.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Actually, let's try and limit our loading screens here. All right. Let's go find Lilia in Sublight. See if she's got any other interesting things to say. See if we get the chance to convince her that it was in fact aliens the whole time.
Is it done?
It's done. Chartrand's dead.
Well, well. Looks like someone's due for a promotion. How does Vice President of Aggressive Acquisitions sound to you, contractor?
Fits me like a glove. I had no idea such an honorable title was in my future. Or 3, I'd rather have your job. Let's roll with that.
I seriously doubt it, considering that I spend my days behind a desk, and you get all the fun salvage jobs. Catherine heard I was taking you on full-time, and sent along a present of her own. I've had it delivered to your ship. From now on, the board will think twice before fucking with Lilia Hagen, savior of humanity. This has been unusual but profitable, so bye for now. Don't spend all those bits in one place. Or if you do, make it count. That's the sublight way.
Vice President of Aggressive Acquisitions. Got a nice ring to it.
I wish more legitimate businesses were like yours, Hagen. We get a lot more done.
Well, if there's nothing else, I need to review some applications, seeing as I just lost my best contractor.
Didn't you just promote me? How did you lose me? So I met an interesting fellow by the name of Cedric Kincannon. That was in the Murder on Eridanos DLC. He was supposedly part of Sublight. Let's see what she has to say.
Did you now? How's Cedric carrying on? Did he ever fix that sign for his hotel? The Grand Colonial?
No, it's still broken. He's dead. He's been running an operation called Sublight Underground.
Sublight Underground was Cedric's brainchild. He wanted to launch his own enterprise, be his own boss. But he didn't want to relinquish the Sublight name, or the resources, or the connections. So, off he goes to Eridanos, running his own satellite operation up in the clouds.
Uh-huh. It's hard for me to tell whether Slug is actually a part of Sublight.
That's understandable. Slug is intended to be a satellite of Sublight. But Cedric's getting brazen. He's trying to eclipse me. Cedric wants to sit with the board, so he tries to look the part. Runs a clean hotel, a nice spaceport. Problem is, he makes himself too visible. Puts a target on his back. You want to know what happens if you win a seat on the board?
I couldn't possibly give less of a shit.
Wise attitude. Cedric could have learned a thing or two from you.
Well, he's dead now. Let's see here. I take it Sublight isn't strictly a salvage operation. Know anything about the assault cruiser Cornelius Vanderbilt, the one that was sent back to Earth?
Not as much as I'd like. The board dispatched it to Earth on a resupply mission, I think. Why?
Let's see. Dr. Chartrand sent a research query via the cruiser and never heard back. The board lost contact with the cruiser. It may be missing entirely. Let's tell her about Dr. Chartrand.
Interesting. It's possible the board wanted the cruiser to disregard ancillary tasks. But to what end? I'll have someone look into it. But for the moment, we're pissing in the wind and shooting in the dark. Considering how you get around, you'll probably find answers before I do.
You may be right. So I take it Sublight isn't strictly a salvage operation.
These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down.
Uh-huh. What kinds of other sectors?
Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
We can wink and nod.
You're getting good at that.
Okay. Yeah, I think we know enough about Sublight at this point. Back to my other questions.
Ask. I have nothing to hide.
And that's it. Back to work.
Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Well, if they want to follow me, they're going to have some work to do. Oh, no, I can't jump off. Thought maybe I could jump. Nope. Well, that's disappointing. Okay. So we need to go back to the ship where we're going to take on another quest. So we could jump right to the end, but we're not ready there yet. So we've got a couple of things. We've got all Halcyon in a day, which means we have to visit a series of beacons, the first of which lies somewhere in Byzantium. This quest, and then there's going to be another one about the other one we have is the one where we have to have spacesuits won't travel or something where we've got to go collect a bunch of stuff. Oh, we already botched it. Okay, so we can't do that one. All right, that's fine by me. You got to go collect stuff and get something made for you by the clothing lady. And all Halcyon in a day is basically just a little fetch quest, so probably skip that. But we want to finish the companion quests. So the next thing to do is to take Max to the Hermit on Scylla, where we're going to go get very, very, very space high. Okay, so let's head to the ship. So we're going to finish his, then we're going to do Nyoka's, and then at that point we should get Felix's. And I'm hoping that we can knock out all of those on the stream today, but we'll see. Okay, so before we go anywhere here, though, we've been live for a little bit, and I'm going to take a quick break here, just a few minutes, and then we'll jump into these companion quests. I shall return in just a few minutes. Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the chat. I won't be long. Okay, and we're back. Let's run. Where are we going here? Okay, we need to go to Scylla. Oh, wrong button. Scylla is way over here.
Destination reached. Scylla.
All right, we're going to go with Max.
Hey, hold on a second. I want a word.
Oh, now we're going to get Felix's quest.
What do you need?
Oh, that's right. He's still mad at me. You're still upset. If you got a problem, talk to me.
I don't know how we're ever gonna see eye to eye, long as you're working for the board. Why? You got a ship. You got the run of the colony. So tell me why you're bending a knee in front of the adjutant.
We don't have enough inspiration here. I understand you're upset, but there's not a lot I can do for you. Ah, we might be losing Felix. Okay, so we're not really working for the board. We accepted one quest, unsure of whether or not we would stab the board in the back. So, and we've since been, killing lots of board people, so I'm really not sure why Felix is so upset, but our only option here is I understand you're upset, but there's not a lot I can do for you.
I ain't asking you to do anything for me. I'm asking you to do the right thing. And if you can't, then we're not going to be on good terms. Never mind. Let's just move on.
Okay. I guess maybe we're not going to get Felix's quest. Because, he doesn't like us very much. I don't know. I don't like his attitude.
What do you need?
Got a question for you.
Hey, you're the boss.
Uh-huh. We should part ways. Let's kick him.
You sure about this? I'm not too happy with you working for the board, but I'm still your crew.
Uh-huh. So, I don't know. What do you think? Should we fire him? No, let's let him stick around. Maybe we can get his side quest. All right, so for this one, we're going to need to bring Max, so we'll leave Felix behind. And let's take Parvati along. I don't know, though. Felix, he's got a bad attitude. He's questioning me just a little too much. Okay, I guess we should wait for the elevator. Oops. I'm just a bit too impatient there. Acrophobia. After repeatedly falling from great heights, you no longer function well when the ground is far beneath you. And we can take 1 perk point. Yeah, I don't want to give up anything. No. No, thank you. All right, so we've got to go find this hermit. And we're going to have some outlaw strikers to take out.
Trouble incoming, Captain.
Oh, that's right. Parvati has the mind control ray.
Everyone all right?
All right, everything looks good. And we have a data pad. Let's check it out. Captain's log, independent freighter Cat's Meow. Our scanners caught movement on the fringes of Scylla. Haven't seen anything since, but I get the impression we're being followed. I ordered engineering to go dark and drift cold for the next several hours. We should be indistinguishable from space debris. Should. Famous last word. Why do I feel like someone is targeting us and knows what to look for? If that's true, then we're already dead. Okay, so somebody was up to something here. And we've got more outlaws.
Here we go.
Anybody else? Okay, so the mind control ray makes that one attack the others. That's super useful. Okay. That's very useful indeed. We'll take your weapon parts, thank you. And we've got some crashed spaceships.
We're destined to die.
Oh, Vicar Max. Vending machine we can sell some junk at. I'll do that.
Here we go.
Anybody else? Oh, looks like we got another robot up here.
That's the last of them.
There we go. And is this something we can go in and explore? Let's check it out. And just looks like some loot. Don't see any data pads or terminals or notes or anything. All right. Keep moving along. And I think I looted this place before. Use of this terminal for leisure activity. Yeah, we've been here before. Okay, no reason to go through that again. And this is where the Hermit lives. Abandoned mining outpost. So Vicar Max needs some answers about his religious beliefs and all the things he's been working for. Here is the Hermit.
What have the solar winds deposited on my doorstep now? Just more dirt and debris? Or do you actually believe you are here seeking the truth? I must admit, I tire of the truth seekers. Mayhaps you're here to rob me? That would be so much more exciting.
Yeah, we're here to rob you. What do you got?
Not much, but you are free to take whatever you wish. Please leave me a few morsels of food, though. I may not eat a lot, but I still do need to eat.
We are not here to rob you. I've brought this book for you to translate for me. We've been told this was once yours. I believe the knowledge within here contains the answers I seek. Answers that will free men's minds from toil.
I can translate it, but it won't do you any good. I can see you are a man in a hurry, and the insights in that book would take you years of study to fully comprehend.
I have spent my life in contemplation. I believe my mind is prepared to receive the truth.
Uh-huh. Okay. Can we just move this along here, please? Hermit lady, enough talk. How about you throw Max a bone?
There is one way that can speed up the process. It involves a combination of several ingredients, some of which can be fatal. It is not for the faint of heart or the unprepared.
Uh-huh. When you say ingredients, you mean drugs, right?
A crass way to put it, but yes. Chemicals that can expand or destroy the participant's consciousness.
What happens if we're unprepared?
Either hallucinations followed by unconsciousness and a headache, or raving insanity, which can be fun in its own way.
Well, Max just said he was prepared, didn't he?
But is he truly? How did you find me? What happened to the thief who stole my book?
I don't know what happened to him, but we killed his son. But we had a good reason. Or maybe not. In hindsight, we may have acted rashly.
Regardless, Max sees the error of his ways and is committed to achieving enlightenment. We have a tendency to act rashly when people cross us, kind of like you're doing now. Oh, come on, you're not going to hold that against him, are you? One little murder? Yeah, let's roll with that one.
Do you believe that flippancy will aid you in your endeavor to convince me? No, I do not believe your vicar is suitable for my tutelage. Nor are you.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we can persuade Max has spent his life trying to overcome his violent tendencies. You're his last resort. Or, oh, come on, we've come all this way. 3, I think these bits will change your mind. Or, well, we didn't want to partake in your stupid ritual anyway, let's go. There, let's roll with that one.
So that's it. Take the damn book then. It's useless to me. Sorry, Captain. Clearly, we'll get nothing out of this charlatan.
Interesting.
I see now it was a mistake to come here.
Very interesting. Well, you didn't want to help us, so...
Why would you do that? I needed her.
You did? I thought she just refused to help us. Okay. Maybe we were a little too aggressive there. Okay, so she's not dead yet. Let's talk to Max. That's our next step.
I can't believe this. Years of obsession, my whole life's work. It was all for nothing. It can't just end like this. What sort of a half-assed destiny just peters out into nothing? I devoted myself every moment of every day to uncovering the truth. No, I don't accept it. I did find the truth. And the truth is, this religion is nothing more than a well-constructed lie, meant to keep the lowly sheep of the world in line.
Sounds about right. Bah.
Exactly right. I'm no sheep. My eyes are open now. I won't live a lie. I reject any man-made system of control. What I'll do next? I just don't know.
Uh-huh, there we go. Okay, so we have now completed Max's quest. And does that mean we can now kill her? Yeah, it doesn't seem to bother him now. Okay, cool. Sorry, lady. We came to you for help. You didn't want to help. You talked to us about doing a bunch of drugs and getting all whacked out of our heads. And then you didn't do that. So, you know, see ya. So, yeah, so this is the room that we would have gone in if we got her ritual, but I guess because we killed the guy in Fallbrook instead of letting him live, that changed how that quest went. So there we go. Actions have consequences in the Outer Worlds. Well, that sped that side quest up really quite a bit, didn't it? So now, that means we need to do Nyoka's quest. So let's go back to the ship. Her quest will take a bit more time. And there'll be some fighting and action during hers. So now we'll go back to Monarch, which is, I think, where we go for hers. Yep. Okay, we'll go to... let's go to Cascadia landing pad. That'll work.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Should get us where we need to go. And we should have a quest marker somewhere. Okay, so that's where we need to go. Let's fast travel there, and we're going to need to bring Nyoka along. And let's take Max, too, because I'm kind of interested to see if he's got any new dialogue now that his life's work has been shattered before him. Oh, we've got some marauders right in front of us.
Now, Captain.
Is everybody? No? Oh, we got a Manta Queen.
We're destined to prevail.
Really? You still believe that? Okay, and our weapon is breaking, so repair all equipped. All right, now which way do we go? That way. And you're all dead. Okay, cool. Cool. And looks like we've got more marauders down here.
Incoming.
Really? Pretty sure that was dead on. I think that's everybody. Well, we got a few more up this way. Oh, you're right there in front of me, huh? See how that works out for you, tough guy. Okay. So we got to go this way now. And what we're doing here is we're tracking down a group of people who used to work with Nyoka and they all died. Or she lost them all anyway.
Here we go.
In fact, let's just take a look at the quest journal real quick. Nyoka is looking for some closure regarding her old team. The first stop is a grave where she personally buried a man named Hayes. Nyoka gave you directions to a spot on Monarch where she buried Hayes, a member of her old crew. So that's the first step, is Hayes's grave. And what do we have down here? Mantisaurs or Raptidons? Raptidons, okay.
Rats. Let's clear the sulfur-sodden fucks out so Hayes can...
You won't get any mercy from
Hell of
me.
a shot!
Uh-oh. Down. We'll use your special ability here.
I am a sword!
All right, let's head to the grave. And here is Hayes's grave. Examine. Buried near the surface of Hayes's grave is a small lockbox. Its hinges rusted through and its wood almost completely rotted. It nearly falls apart in your hands, but in it you manage to find a tarnished silver medallion bearing the letters Sharon. Okay. And I presume we will now need to talk to Nyoka, give her the medallion.
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.
Okay. Let's see here. Tell me about the UDL contract.
I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks and that maybe we could all use the money to get off Monarch. That was a long time ago.
It sounds like they abandoned you.
I don't rightly know what happened. I should have tried to track them down back then. But soon after they left, Hayes and the others died. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so.
Okay. Well, for what it's worth, I'm glad you're trying to confront it. Booze makes for better friends anyway. Or that's a concerning amount of baggage to carry around. Booze makes for better friends anyway.
I'll admit there's a certain truth to that, but every once in a while, when I realize I've lost track of the number of bottles I've hucked at a tree, I get to wondering. Maybe one night I'll reach for a bottle and find my sidearm instead, and it'll be just as comforting. The thought sobers me right up, and I don't want to be thinking it anymore. Now come on, let's make tracks before Hiram dies of old age.
So we got to go back and see Hiram. That we can do. We've already been there, so we should be able to just fast travel right there. So the goal here is to track down the remains of all these people and then take out the Manta Queen that killed them all. And I see Hiram still hasn't eliminated the raiders we killed in his house. How you doing, Hiram?
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack? And I don't see an Insta-coffee in your hand.
Let's follow up with him. So last time we were here, there was a ship that crashed, and we grabbed a weapon from it, gave it to the Iconoclasts, and helped them take over Monarch. Let's follow up on that.
Yes, the one that crashed. I saw it on the security feed. A bit grainy, but an invigorating watch all the same. What about it?
It was pretty wild, wasn't it? Us sharing the experience of seeing it crash like that. I gave control of the gunship to Graham.
The Iconoclasts? Yes, let's arm the radical cultists. Excuse me while I order 2.5 million sandbags to build up around my tower.
Sounds good to me. But, you know, it was pretty wild, though. Us sharing the experience of seeing it crash like that.
Is this bonding? I'm not sure I like it. Next, you'll be asking me how I got the scar on my chin when I was 11.
How did you get the scar on your chin?
Most of it's underneath along my jaw, but yes, it seems to have faded with time. Moral of the story is, never run with scissors.
Where do you think the ship came from?
The board has a blockade of gunships that patrol Monarch. Not a ton, mind you, just enough to deter the masses. I am curious as to what downed it. A faulty part wouldn't be wholly unusual. The supply for new mechanicals is tight. Ugh, now I'll never sleep. Unsolved puzzles really torque my sprockets. If you find out what happened, sell me the info.
The ship crashed due to a parts failure.
Not surprising, replacement parts are rare, so the cost of even a simple repair can exceed an arm and a leg. I take it you investigated the wreckage?
Found a recording from the crew's chief engineer. Lie 1, just a wild guess, or engineering, the inside was a complete wreck. I'd say the problem originated the engines. Let's say we found the recording.
Laid it all out, eh? Well, can't refute facts in the face of solid evidence. A shame. I would have enjoyed investigating the mystery further.
Yeah, never mind all that now.
I'm getting a headache behind my left temple. What could be causing it? The glare from the terminal screen? Or something else?
I could put a bullet in your left temple. Nyoka needs a favor.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
Okay, so we've got some options here. Persuade, she's your friend and she's in need. You're the only one who can help. Intimidate 35, I've had it with your selfishness. Help her or there'll be consequences. Lie, she's trying to track down a lucrative contract. We could give you a cut. Yeah, I think we can safely intimidate here. Help her out or there's going to be consequences. That headache's going to get a lot bigger.
Whoa, hey, there is zero need for violence in this station. Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to ship, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra 2.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round 1 of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck.
Uh-huh. I'd like to secure some information.
Business is good on account of you, and hard work deserves a return on investment. Ask me what you will.
Okay. Oh, this is nothing new. Okay. We're fine.
How low you seemingly regard my trade.
All right, I need to head out.
Give my regards to Phineas.
Okay, so... Well, he may be kind of a dick. I don't want to kill him. All right, so now we need to go where? Next up is search the outpost. Rebecca and Anders were hired to clear an infestation out of an expansion site for Edgewater that Spacer's Choice abandoned in Emerald Vale. Head there with Nyoka and see if they're still alive. All right, so that means we need to go back to the ship. Cannot fast travel from this location. Of course not. Achilles back in the chat. Sorry, been lurking. Had to go grocery shopping, then back to the store. Forgot the yogurt. Well, that's not good. Don't forget the yogurt. Now, is that like Go-Gurt? The kind that comes in a tube? Was our exploring that science station and all the mentions of goo tubes? Did that make you hungry for that? Maybe I'm totally stretching things here. Okay. Alright, looks like we should be able to fast travel now. Alright, back to the ship. And then we'll go to Emerald Vale. We haven't been there for a while. Save some loading screens. Oh no, we have to take the ship there first.
Sam, I must confess, I have not been cleaned for far too long. You're sure this will... Oh, yes. That's the spot exactly. Why, I didn't expect you to be so thorough. I am ashamed to admit. Oh, Captain, there you are. Pardon, but perhaps you could afford us some privacy, please?
Oh, Ada, you dirty little sociopathic AI. It's alright, you do what you want to do, Ada. Got nothing to be embarrassed about. Everybody needs a good cleaning every now and again.
Orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
That's what you kids won't call it these days. Alright, and we'll now head out to where we need to go. Let's find our map. Alright, we got to go all the way out there. So we'll travel to the geothermal plant. And this time we'll take Parvati with us because she's from here. Borstwurst. Yeah, it's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst. Achilles says, what happens when Sam finishes cleaning? I don't know. Don't know. All right, we'll get the hand cannon back out. And we're going this way. Probably around here. All right, and we haven't been here for a while, so there might be terror rays here. We'll have to watch out, but no, it doesn't look like it. Okay, and I see marauders.
Like a raft among the rocks.
So much for you.
Right one.
And she'll make that one kill the other one. Very good.
That's the last of them.
All right, well, that was pretty painless. So this is an abandoned Spacer's Choice outpost. Looks like we've got a crashed dropship of some kind. And there's a vending machine here. We'll sell some junk. All right, and this must be where they were living.
Hey, take a gander. The door's busted. Rebecca? Anders? You in there?
Examine keycard panel.
Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. What did you do? Oh, Nyoka. I'm so sorry.
All right, well, while they sit there and feel bad, I'm going to take all their stuff. They won't need it anymore because they're dead. Dead people don't need stuff. All right, let's see what the story is here. Anderson's Charon medallion. Karen. We'll pronounce it multiple ways so that at least one of them is right. And we have a data pad. Let's check it out. Rusty journal. Its display is faded and the buttons are almost entirely rusted through, but you can still make out bits and pieces of what look like Rebecca's final entries. Law help me, but Anderson was right. We never should have taken this contract. I thought Monarch was bad, but this is unbearable. Everyone here is blind or addled or I don't know what. The towns won't let us walk in without an employment contract. I can't even find someone to let me send a message. For all the capable folks here, we're stuck. Back home, we had to fight for every meal because there were no meals that you didn't make yourself. Here, there's plenty, but nobody's allowed to give you one. We've been stealing bits and pieces of life from wherever we can. Anderson's about ready to sign up, offer his life in service to Spacer's Choice, just so he can take a shower. Clara, I hope to the architect this never reaches you, but on the off chance it does, I want to say I'm sorry. Anderson and I fucked up. We didn't take the contract for the bits. We didn't take it because primals sounded cool. We took it because we wanted out. Monarch's a living hell. We were sick of getting sick, of boiled raptidon and stinking like sulfur no matter how hard you scrub. Sick of fighting, day in and day out. We're exhausted. We thought we could use the contract money to find a place here, settle down, but this place ain't any better. It's just different. We're starving all the same. We never should have left. I just thought maybe we could do better. I miss you, kid. Marauders at the door. Anderson's bled out. I'm on my way. I won't let them get me. Not alive anyway. I've seen what those monsters do.
I don't...
So
They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us. What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Hard to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
Uh-huh. So they did abandon them, or at least they tried to. Perhaps they had good reason. You can't really blame them for wanting to get off Monarch, but eventually they ended up here, getting killed by raiders. All right, what's next?
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Clara was her sister. All right, she'd still want to know, just the same as you did. I'd have kept it from her. The news only would have hurt her. So, what now?
Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick.
Okay, might do it. I didn't think there was anything about the wilderness you didn't know. You're guessing here. Any way to find out for sure, or I'd rather just go in there guns blazing.
No, we need a plan. You may be a capable
I'm pretty
sort,
sure we don't.
but so are my friends. I ain't making that mistake twice. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Uh-huh. Okay, now do we have to go to the ones on Scylla? Or can we go to the ones that are here? Okay, it must be the ones on Scylla. Those are the pungent primals. Okay, so... let's see here. Suggested Scylla as a prime hunting ground. So that's where we'll go. Travel back to the Unreliable. And now we'll go back to Scylla for the second time today. So I do think this is interesting how they did this. And, you know, the game kind of got some grief. People calling it not really open because you have these different places to go. But I fail to see how it's not open. Yes, it's got different places you can go, but there's no limitation on where you can go outside of a few different quest dungeons and things.
Hey, hold on a second. I want a word.
All right, you want a word. You asked me to talk.
What do you need?
You're still giving me attitude. You're asking me to talk, tough guy. You keep doing that, I'm gonna fire your ass. All right, let's go get some primals. And then we'll go with Nyoka to kill a Manta Queen. Maybe when that's over, we'll get Felix's quest. But I don't know. Starting to look like he hates us. Oh, there's that impatience again. All right, we'll head off. Oh, we've got more. More combat drones. Looks like we're okay here. And there are some primals. Mega Primal. Ate its brother soon after birth.
Let's go.
Oh, she's controlling their minds. That's probably helpful. Oh, Oh, that's right. I gave her the Spectrum Gatling gun. Oh, but those weren't the ones we needed. A little bit more ammo. Okay, so here are the pungent primals.
Here we go.
Whoa. All right, well, that wasn't all that bad. Pheromone gland. And I guess that's all we need. Or do we need to hunt more of them? Okay, I was going to say, I thought it said we need 3. Okay, so if we head up this way, we can go to the mining outpost where we killed that old hippie lady. Oops.
Unexpected security.
Big mistake.
I'm sure they can handle the robots. And we've got just a couple more primals down here. Oh, good. She's controlling the mind of the big one. Nice. Is that all of them? Appears to be. Oh no, it's up there. Okay, one more pheromone gland down. And we've just got one more to find. That Spectrum Gatling gun seems pretty effective in Nyoka's hands. Certainly more effective than mine. All right, nothing we can't handle. And there's all our pheromone glands. What is this? They're crashed. They're crashed wreck. Pick up. Oh, those two things together look like they might have been a unique thing. They're not. Okay, so here's the wall. This is the limit of the terraformed area. And just to experiment, we can go past it, but if we do, we don't live long. So we're in the vacuum of space if we go out there. Okay. So now we need to go... Oh, I've got to speak to Nyoka. Hand those gross glands to Nyoka.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I
Yes, she
can't
is.
wait. What's up?
All right, these glands are gross. Take them.
Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch. There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon.
Okay, we now know the pronunciation. What's Charon?
Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka.
Ah,
Charon.
interesting.
He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed.
Indeed.
Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are.
Okay. Remind me, what's this base again?
It's an old cave system we tried to turn into an encampment. You'll see when we get there.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, it's about time. We're going to kill a mana queen. Not that we haven't killed a dozen of them.
Fucking right we are.
All right, let's do it. Let's head back to the ship. No, that's not where we want to be. We want to go here. Head back over to Monarch. And I might as well go to Cascadia.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
All right, map. Where are we going? Oh, not all that far. Okay, we'll go to the Cascadia Turnpike again. And it looks like our weapon is on the verge of breaking once again. I'll tell you what, the hand cannon is great. It's super powerful, but it breaks all the time. I swear it's like it was taken straight out of Fallout 76. Okay. Find the cave entrance. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Is it that way? No, I think it's around the corner here. All right, we should have a big fight coming up here. We'll see. My guess is we will do just fine.
Here we go. I haven't set foot in here since... Well, I'm ready. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Here we go.
All right, let's do it. Password, Charon. Transition to the Mantisaur Hive. Let's see what happens.
And we're stalking. And we're stalking.
Not overly concerned with looting at this point. Should probably go to a silenced weapon. Actually, maybe this is a good time for the LMG. Do I still have it? I do. Okay. Let's put that on there. All right, so we've got a few coming up here. So are we putting bait down or something? All right, it's time to head out to Nyoka's old base, cave on Monarch in the region between Fallbrook and Cascadia. Clear out any Mantisaurs before searching for a spot to place the pheromones. Okay, so we're going to do that to lure out the boss. Fair enough.
Here we go.
Okay, she's going to use the mind control ray to get them turned against each other. That's useful. Perfect. Okay. What do we have here? Place glands. Okay, so I guess we got to clear out a bunch of them. Clara? Aw. Oh, here's Clara. Okay. Clara's Charon medallion. And... oh, so there were a few living in here. that got killed. I see. Okay. So now we should have a little more. We'll go find Opal. Okay, so it's just a few. I thought we had to clear them out of maybe 3 spaces, but I guess not. Okay, we found the remains of their friends. And maybe I didn't put all of the glands down or something. I see, I gotta hold it. Okay, so now we're gonna get the boss.
This is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate
Boatman
all
of
these
the River
bugs
Styx.
and everything would be all right in the end.
Uh-huh. That's Charon, right?
But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur.
Mm-hmm. We'll just let her talk.
Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building.
Mm-hmm. You built all this base?
We hauled in steel. Hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable.
Uh-huh. Well, we could accuse her of getting a young girl killed. Must have been a brave kid, or we'll just let her talk.
She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
Mm-hmm. Sorry they aren't here to see us kick some Manti ass. Let's do this. Tell you what don't belong, the bugs. Let's clear them out, shall we?
Returning fire!
All right, let's get this boss. Oh, we gotta get a bunch of them first. Well, that wasn't hard. Oh no, we still got a little more. Well, that was, okay, repeated eye injuries have made it harder for you to notice things close to you. Melee weapon skills -10, reward 1 perk point. Well, that's a no-brainer. I don't use melee weapons. So we're going to get a new perk. All right. You don't get too many chances at these because we're already at max level. What can we take? All right, improvised weapons. I don't even know what an improvised weapon is. Solo sneaker. We're not doing any of that. Melee damage. Who cares? Ranged attacks reduce the target's armor rating by 1 point per hit. This effect lasts a short time and can stack multiple times. That could be useful. Something about blood and violence that helps you focus. That's not disturbing at all. Your next attack after killing an enemy is a guaranteed critical hit. That could be useful. After killing an enemy, your weapon sway and accuracy penalties while moving are reduced. Headshot kills deal 25% of their damage to enemies within 2.5 meters. Plus 30% damage when under 25% health. Reduced movement penalties to accuracy. Don't need any more XP. Unlock the ability to fast travel while encumbered. Sprint speed. Plus 5% damage per flaw. We have 3 flaws, so let's take that. That's pretty good. That's just a flat 15% damage increase. I'll roll with that. Okay. So, now we're going to need to talk to Nyoka again.
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you.
All right, well, I just can't stand... Sure, we done here?
Damn, ain't much for niceties, huh?
Nope.
You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest.
You're leaving the medallions here? I suppose that's wise. Go ahead. Of course, although I think you should hold on to the medallions. I'd rather just head out. Let's suggest that she hold on to them.
What? Why? Them's painful memories, Captain.
What if someone finds this site? They'll just steal them.
Huh. That ain't a bad point. All right, Captain. Thanks.
All right, so I guess we rested. And Cubby in the chat says, making me want to re-download this. I've been revamping my SSD. I really, really like this game. It's not as, it's not as replayable as some of the Fallout games are, but it's still really good. And the choices we're making this time around are leading to some interesting and unexpected outcomes, which is cool. All right, so I'm sure we can't fast travel from here. So we're going to have to run out of the cave. And now, where are we? Okay, so all Halcyon in a day. We could go do that, but that's really just a dumb little side quest. Find Wells Communication Terminal. So we could decide what we want to do. Adjutant Akonde has asked you to help her track down Phineas Wells, head to Wells's lab, and send the board a tracking signal. Let's do that. Because even if you're not going to turn him in, you still end up doing it. But we're not actually getting to the point of no return just yet. And I don't know if we're going to get Felix's quest or not. So we'll keep going for a little bit here. And we're going to go see Phineas. We haven't talked to Phineas for a while.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Negotiate with Sprats for territory. Okay, we are now at Phineas's lab. So we could just go right to the computer and do this. But I'm still not sure if I want to align with the board or not. So let's talk to Phineas.
You've done fine work for Sublight. By the transitive property of reputation, I am now in Sublight's good books. Well done. What's on your mind?
Well, let's go ahead and tell him. The adjutant asked me to plant a tracking signal in your lab, but I'm not going to do it.
You absolutely should.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Sarcasm, the last refuge of the witless. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time.
Uh-huh. I get it. You want to prepare.
The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
Okay, I'll be back. All right, we will send the corrupted tracking signal.
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
And now we can return to Ada. And once we do that, we'll talk to the adjutant again. And she, I believe, is going to have another quest for us.
Sam, my vacuum tubes require evacuating.
Oh my.
No, not those. The ones in port. Yes, there. Thank you. And while you're at it, could you switch my binaries to that? Exactly. I haven't felt this clean and efficient since Captain Hawthorne installed my subalternate auxiliary backup processor.
Okay, so Ada and Sam are still up to something
You have
here.
a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Okay, but I have questions.
Transmissions are so impersonal. I'd like to meet you face to face.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Nope, let's roll. All right, so now we're going to head to her
Sending a
office.
corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
Yes, it leaves my options open. I'm still somewhat undecided on how I want to end this. So we're going to play both sides for a little bit. We'll go talk to the adjutant. All right, and if what's going to happen is what I think is going to happen... Oh, actually, no. Okay, we should maybe now be able to talk to Felix and get his quest. If not, I'm going to fire him soon.
What do you need?
No, you're still pissy, aren't you?
I don't know how we're ever going to see eye to eye. Why?
Oh my. Okay, if we could get determination and inspiration higher, then we could use those, but we're not.
I ain't asking you to do it. Never mind.
All right. So he's still all pissy. Pissy pants Felix. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and head over to the adjutant now. And let's take Sam. And Max. I don't want to take Parvati or Felix because if this opens up what I think it's going to open up, that probably will be bad. Okay, here's Percival. But maybe we can just go right in. We can. Here is the adjutant. Okay. Quick save just in case we decide to surprise murder.
I'm curious. Wells may have been a delusional madman, but he risked his life to save yours. So why turn him in?
Wells is a criminal. I had to turn him in. I was after the reward. It's simple. He was trying to use me, or because I want you to trust me. Yes, 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 I want you to trust me.
You went through all this trouble just to earn my trust? I wish I had soldiers half as loyal as you. You've done well.
Didn't say why I wanted you to trust me.
Talented, loyal. And if you're ready to get to work, we can finally start doing some good in this colony.
Uh-huh. As long as you're not expecting me to work for free.
Work with us, and we'll make you the richest freelancer in Halcyon. My sources tell me you've been busy on Monarch. I'm sure you've seen the miserable state of affairs there, but lawless cesspool that it may be, Monarch has one important asset. All of Monarch's extraplanetary broadcasts are routed through Devil's Peak Station. I want you to claim Devil's Peak Station for the board, by force if need be. I have an agent working in Stellar Bay. Everett Gill. Have a word with him as soon as you arrive. The passphrase is, the kind of pine grows at night.
Mm-hmm. The kind of dumb dialogue, the kind of night grows on pines. Got it.
Lord have mercy. Just find Everett Gill. You're his problem now.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'll take care of it, lady.
Speak to Percival before you go. He'll arrange for your reward for turning in Wells.
All right. So we could have done that before we went to Monarch. In which case, this person would help us get there.
Adjutant Akande has instructed me to reward you for information leading to the arrest of Phineas Wells. Please allow me to extend my felicitations on a job well done.
Mm-hmm. About damn time.
Indeed, sir. As an acting agent of the board, you are entitled to purchase a selection of official board-certified equipment at a discount. Do let me know if you wish to take advantage of this special offer.
Mm-hmm. I want to buy some equipment. Let's check it out.
I am at your service.
All right, we'll sell all our junk. And see if there's anything useful here. The Pauper... Oh my, the Pauper Popper. That's not super powerful. Wow, somebody really hates the unemployed. Latinus. Level 24, two-handed melee. Yeah, none of this stuff is all that impressive. Now that I'm higher level. Plasma rifle level 36. Yeah, none of this is really going to do a whole lot for me. So, no thank you. Now we can get board armor, though. Elite troop armor. Let's buy some of that for our companions. And we've got a Moonman helmet. They've got another Moonman helmet. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, we don't need any more of those. And we can always use weapon parts. So we'll take those. I'm sure we've got plenty of that stuff. Okay, so that's good. And we don't want to sell anything. We might scrap some things then. So let's go ahead and repair everything. Oh, we can repair all... If we're at a vendor, we can repair everything for bits. Well, hell yeah. I didn't know that. All the hours I've played this game, I didn't know that. But I wanted to talk to you some more.
I understand you're Maverick Johnston's new star.
Yes,
Well
I
done.
am. I am pretty spectacular. What exactly do you do here?
Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby.
Exciting.
The art of arranging stationery is a never-ending source of joy and satisfaction. Will there be anything else?
Okay, well, won't let me get back into some of the dialogue I missed, so we'll just roll. And let's get our companions their new armor. There it is. And Sam doesn't wear armor, so he doesn't need any. Okay, so from here, we're supposed to go back to... So we've got to go back to the ship. Where is our ship? There it is. All right, so we've got to go to Monarch, go to Hiram, and claim the Devil's Peak Communications Tower for the board. And I'm thinking, let's do it. Why not? This is the Maniacal Moron run after all.
Over Cascadia, Captain.
And working for the board is probably the most maniacal thing we can do.
I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle.
All right, let's take Sam off, and we're going to take Felix along so we can see how he reacts
While you're at
to our new activities here. And we'll head straight up to Devil's Peak. We don't need to go meet the adjutant's contact because we've already been here. That would be kind of as an alternative to Nyoka. If we had decided to go full on for the board like early in the game, then we would have needed to use her contact to get here.
So much for peace and quiet.
All right, let's see what he
Would
says
kill
here, or do we have
first
to kill
cut
him?
Me some slack.
I'm here to shut down all illegal interplanetary broadcasts.
Allow me to assure you that I know absolutely nothing about any allegedly illegal broadcasts. Surely the board is aware of that. They must know I'd never involved myself in such despicable activities. There's utterly no reason to arrest anyone in this broadcast station, let alone me. In fact, you're doing me a favor by helping me disable any alleged such broadcasts, if they exist. You could do me another favor by mentioning my loyalty to the board in your report.
Ah, damn it, Hiram. You were so close. I was just starting to like you.
Well, he flipped faster than an antique coin.
I'm not sure whether to be touched or insulted by that. Look, you never met a man more willing to work with the board than me. I know we can come to an agreement, please.
Can we now? You're laying it on a little thick. Sure, I think Sophia would be particularly interested to hear all about you. Think I'd rather shut this place down just to be safe.
Perhaps you didn't notice my robust security detail. An altercation may end poorly for you, but a partnership would pay handsome dividends. We can still work something out.
Oh, I don't like you. You've been cruising for a bruising for a while here, buddy. How about a bullet in the head instead?
Initiate security protocol. Deals off.
It's up, boss! Air test. Our survival.
Does this guy really think the 2 automechs were going to stop me? All right, so we've now taken over the station. Open channel to HHC headquarters, so we're going to turn it over to the board. Authorized broadcaster, this action will transfer control of the station's core functionality to client S. Akande. Proceed? Yes. All right, jumpstart the tower. That's all done. Return to Sophia. Okay, let's do it. So Felix hasn't given me any crap yet. Let's see what happens when we go back to the ship. Okay. Well, he's not sitting there anymore. All right, back to Sophia. And this time we're going to take Felix along.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Because he's going to have to either learn to get in line and give me a side quest, or he's going to get fired soon. Because I'm a little sick of his attitude. And we probably should have just fast traveled up there. So at this point, I'm still kind of playing both sides. I'm not 100% sure we're going to do the board ending. But there's definitely one thing I want to do before we really commit. Oh, let's examine this. Adjutant Akande's notebook. This notebook contains a collection of assorted quotations and excerpts. Someone has left a bookmark on this page. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. John W.'s in the chat, says, wow, you're early today. Yes, I started very early today. This is the last day of my little mini vacation. And I wanted to make sure we got some more Outer Worlds done because in a few weeks it's going to be time for a PC upgrade. Hopefully in a few weeks. And I'd like to have this game wrapped by the time we get that. Okay, so, Adjutant,
I've just
what do you
finished
got
reading
for
a
me?
report of your work on Monarch. The broadcasts have been silenced at last. I almost regret the passing of Mr. Nandi. He would have made a fine bureaucrat if he hadn't sacrificed his loyalties.
Sure.
Your work is exemplary. You've earned a place in the chairman's inner circle. Congratulations are in order.
John W. says that was from a poem by Yeats called The Second Coming. Thank you for finding that. I didn't want to stop and Google it midstream. I had a feeling it was Yeats. I couldn't remember exactly the name, though. Okay, so you were watching me on Monarch?
No, I haven't been watching you. I've been reading reports of your work. You're better than an adventure serial.
Yes, I am.
Now we introduce you to the chairman's plan. Turn your eyes to the screen.
Now we learn all about what's really happening.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
So that's your solution? Put the whole colony on ice. People ain't gonna stand for this. We'll fight back. We'll tear down the walls of Byzantium.
No, Mr. Millstone, you will not. The workers of Halcyon will do exactly as they are told, as they always have. Your dreams of a people's revolution are the juvenile fantasies of a frustrated child.
Adjutant Akande, as much of an honor as it is to make your acquaintance, I must say I am gravely disappointed. Protecting the colony was your duty.
I share your disappointment, Vicar de Soto. Protecting Halcyon is my solemn duty, and I have been negligent. I can no longer depend on lazy, weak-willed bureaucrats to help me rescue Halcyon. I need someone with a backbone, someone like your captain. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it.
We need to talk about this lifetime employment program.
I'll answer however I can.
You don't honestly believe all this lifetime employment nonsense, do you? How long do we have? What does any of this have to do with me? What's your take on all this? Or no more questions, tell me why you wanted to see me. You don't honestly believe all this crap, do you?
The Lifetime Employment Program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. There's no dark secret buried in the fine print. The program is logical, it's reasonable, it's merciful, and most importantly, it will work.
Except for the part where I killed the scientist that was doing the thing that might have made it work? Oops. I saw the presentation. Rockwell wants to sacrifice the colony to save Byzantium. This isn't the only way to save Halcyon. Wells has a plan. Let the rest of Halcyon starve. I'm going to be kicking my heels up in Byzantium. Hell yeah.
That can be arranged, provided you do exactly as I say. Help me execute the lifetime employment program, and you will have earned a place of honor in Byzantium. You will live in comfort and want for nothing.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I mean, everybody's going to die anyway, so I might as well be happy. What's your take on all this?
When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate.
Well, all of those things are reasons that you suck. Let's see here. That's a pretty good argument for getting rid of the board entirely.
I admit, I occasionally fantasize about making an executive decision without having some tedious committee questioning my every move. Do you have any idea how much paperwork is involved in ordering someone's execution through the usual channels? It's positively maddening.
She just wants to be a dictator. No more questions. Tell me why you wanted to see me.
We need to talk about Emerald Vale.
There it is.
You handed Edgewater over to a band of dissidents. I can't have this. Adelaide McDevitt and her people have no place in the Halcyon that is to come. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
Are you out of your mind? We're not gonna murder a town of innocent people.
Are you sure about that?
You will do exactly as you're told, or I will have you shot for insubordination.
Can I do it?
I cannot condone this plan. Wanton, senseless destruction of life is never the solution.
I don't need you to approve of my plan, Vicar. I need you to get it done. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you.
Uh-huh. You are completely insane. I don't understand. What did Edgewater do to deserve this? The answer is no. I'll do it.
Edgewater is beyond saving. We're going to have to erase the town, but we're going to do it systematically. You were in the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. Do you remember what you discovered there?
Dumb. There are a lot of switches, at least 2.
I'm going to need you to listen carefully because I'm about to use a lot of big words. At least 2. There was an accident at the Emerald Vale geothermal plant many years ago. Automechanicals turned hostile and slaughtered the plant's workers. Tragic, really. In fact, Spacer's Choice manufactured the incident for an insurance claim. They outfitted their mechanicals with a termination protocol, which is exactly what we need.
I see where you're going with this.
I'm arranging for a delivery of mechanicals to Edgewater. These mechanicals have been equipped with the same termination protocol, which must be activated from a terminal in the plant. Once the mechanicals are finished cleaning out Edgewater, I'll need you to go in and clean out the mechanicals. Understand?
Uh-huh. I do want you to know that you're a cold-blooded psychopath.
I appreciate the flattery, Captain.
Oh my.
One last thing. Spacer's Choice sent a team of soldiers to investigate your little misadventure in the geothermal plant. Tread lightly.
Please, I never tread lightly.
Then don't tread lightly. Carve a path through them for all I care. Just take care of it. Report back to me when the job's done.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah?
You're not really thinking of going through with this plan, right? Tell me I'm imagining things. That's Parvati's hometown. You're just gonna wipe it out? Vicar Max lived in Edgewater. We got folk from our own crew that called that place home.
Why are you getting touchy all of a sudden? We've killed people before. I know, Felix, I'm not happy about this job. What if I told you I agreed with Sophia's plan? Why are you getting touchy all of a sudden?
Yeah, people who had it coming. Mostly, I think. Look, I don't know, all right? Edgewater's a corporate town, not some marauder camp. They're asking you to wipe out their own people.
We can persuade him by saying, I know what I'm doing, Felix. Trust me. Or, I'm tired of listening to your whining.
Yeah? You want to know what I think? Never mind. Let's just move on.
Really? At what point do you leave or, like, try to shoot me and then I can murder you? And let's talk to Vicar Max, see what he has to say.
Anyone with eyes to see would not be shocked to hear that the colony is dying. But the board's solution, on the other hand, choosing to save themselves and their families and friends at the expense of the rest of the colony? Those fucking bastards. What are we going to do about this?
We'll have to dig more into the issue and sort it all out. I don't know yet. I failed to see how it's our problem. I don't know, but someone's going to die and it won't be us.
I couldn't agree more. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Nope. Okay, so off to Edgewater we go. We need to head back to the ship. I'm still a little shocked that Felix hasn't just left yet. I could talk to Parvati about all this,
Captain
but
Hawthorne never worked to support the board before.
I'll feel guilty if I do that.
I suppose we are turning over a new leaf?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we need to go to Edgewater.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
All right, we're going to keep Felix with us. Take Vicar Max off, and let's not bring Parvati. Nyoka, is Nyoka holding a fish? Or is that like a bottle of booze? What's going on there? Let's bring Ellie. I don't think she cares what we do. No, let's bring Sam. He won't care if we kill a bunch of people here. I mean, my whole thing has been leading up to this. I put the rebels in charge specifically so that I could come back and kill them all. Now, there is one person here that I'm interested to talk to before we do this, and that is the crazy robot guy, Ludwig. Remember that he's been expecting a planned a robot invasion for years. Got anything to say?
Never seen the Veil lit up like this before.
Got a question for you. I don't think we're going to get any new dialogue here. Nope. Okay. You are not suspecting a thing. All right, so we've got to go to the geothermal plant. We'll go in. We will turn on the robots. Set them loose on the colony. And Felix is still with us. Not sure why. Corporate troopers. You gonna turn hostile? No? Okay. Edgewater geothermal plant, from the planet to your living room.
Describe the nature of the accident. Let's say catastrophic mechanical failure. Damn, how do you spell catastrophic again? 2 T's or 2 R's?
Captain Hogarth.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. This area is currently experiencing a surprise audit. Turn around and head back to your designated workplace or domicile.
No. Take it easy, soldier. I'm just looking around.
This is a restricted area. That means no exploring, no loitering, and no soliciting. Company policy. Look, I've got enough paperwork to deal with. Go back the way you came, and I'll pretend this infraction never happened.
You're a stickler for the rules. I'm sure Adjutant Akande will appreciate that.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. A real stickler for the rules. Hard-ass Hogarth, that's what they call me. That's Hogarth with 1 G, by the way, if you're putting in a good word with the Honorable Adjutant. Don't let me get in your way. Go on through.
All right, let's do it. So I don't think we're going to have to go through any major ordeals here. Yeah, you need to move away from that terminal. I need it. Run termination protocol. There we go. And now we can deal with the auto mechanicals in Edgewater. Can we fast travel out of here? Probably not. Nope. Oh, by the way. Whoa! Surprise murder. Bye now.
Flawlessly finished.
And nobody out here knows I did it. Isn't that convenient? Okay, now we've got to go back over to Edgewater and deal with the robots. Okay, so we're just going to have to kill him, I guess. Oh, we've still got... Oh, there's Ludwig. I want to talk to him.
Merciful law, it's you, Machine Slayer. What in law's name are you doing here? Oh, never mind that. You gotta hide. The machines are here. They're gonna slaughter us all.
Yes, yes, they are. This is your plan? Hide and hope the mechanicals don't find you? Inspiration 10. Come on, Ludwig. You really want to spend the apocalypse cowering in a corner? Let's do it.
Maybe, I mean, no. Good Lord, no. I'll fight those mechanicals to my last breath. I just gotta, you know, find my courage.
You're the leader of the resistance. Start acting like it, or just follow my lead. We can do this.
All right, you mechanical abominations. It's Ludwig's time to shine. Don't mess with me. Right, let's alert. Dirt alert.
Well, Ludwig is alive. Let's see if we can keep him alive.
All right, here we go.
He's just running right into the fight. He's going to be tough to keep alive.
Are you out of your damn mind?
All right, so far so good. Wow, we kept Ludwig alive. Ludwig was right. We got an achievement. Brought robo-destruction to Edgewater. Honestly, this was my entire plan. The entire playthrough was leading up to this. I wanted to see if this could happen. And it did. And it makes me happy. The rest of what we do is irrelevant. That was really what it was all about. Installing the rebels. Playing the board so that we could get to this point. I just wanted to see if we could talk to Ludwig and defeat the robots, and we did, and it was beautiful. Let's talk to him again.
A battle the likes of which has never been seen in all of Halcyon. It's been my great honor to call myself your brother in arms, soldier.
Uh-huh. Okay, salute him. Until next time, sir. I'll be on my way, or we can just say, I wouldn't stick around if I were you.
Don't plan on squatting on my laurels, friend. It's time I moved on. Wherever the infernal automechanical threatens humanity, I'll be there. Also, I need a smoke. Damn, that was some good crusading.
I'll be on salute him until next time.
Law keep you, soldier.
Okay, so did the robots kill everyone but Ludwig? I'm kind of curious to see here. So here is Conrad. He's dead. Ludwig is alive. Let's head over to the cannery and see if they got everybody there. There's Phyllis. Cannery worker. I don't know if anybody will be upstairs or not, but we'll take a look. John W. asks, how many children were in Edgewater? I don't remember seeing any. Nobody's here, so they must have all come running out. All right. Head back downstairs. Got anything to say? You're still upset.
I don't know how we're ever gonna see eye. Why?
Okay, so now the determination and inspiration requirements are down.
Hey, you're the boss.
I wonder if I can get them, I wonder if I can get them a little higher to pass those speech checks. Achilles says his children made their choice. I didn't see any children. Okay. Let's just get a peek here. All right, so we only need to get to 30. We don't have to go that high. Let's see what we can do here. Defense, stealth, and block. Okay, so that'll give us a little bit of inspiration. Persuade. See, this is why I keep these things around. You never know when you might need something like this, but I'm not sure I've got anything for determination. Leadership skills plus 10. That might get us there. Oh yeah, now we're way there. Cool.
What do you need?
And talk to me.
I don't know how we're ever gonna. Why?
Okay, we get the point. And inspiration and dumb. I'm not exactly the brightest star in the toolbox, Felix. That's why I keep you around.
Yeah, well, when you put it that way, I guess I gotta try. Suppose I'm not doing the team any favors by sulking all the time. I'll try to keep my chin up.
Anything else on your mind?
Don't believe so.
Okay, so hopefully we got his whining under control.
Hey, boss. Got a hypothetical for you?
All right, here we
You
go.
got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head?
Uh-huh. Shock and disbelief, seeing how most of my friends are still on Earth.
Right, forgot about that. Though, shock and disbelief's a good way to put it. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, this is obviously important to you, so let's do it.
Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla. What he's doing on an asteroid, I can't begin to imagine. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Thank me later. John W. says, as a matter of fact, I don't remember any children in the game. Yep, there just aren't any. That's one way to avoid the inevitable gamer controversy of, why can't I kill the children? You don't have any in the game, then nobody gets to make that ridiculous argument. Okay. So that was the whole point of talking to him and passing that speech check, was I wanted to be able to get his quest, and we did. All right, that I don't want to wear. I want to wear my stupid red hat again. And that's a pretty cool outfit. Oh, and the armor's not even bad. Personality attributes +1, leadership skills +10. Reactive kinematic shield projector, leaper injectors. This is actually pretty good. I might just roll with this. Because the other armor I was wearing was this, and that's only 51. So yeah, let's just do that. Or roll with that. Okay. So next up, we need to probably return to Sophia. And then we'll do Felix's side quest. And that will wrap up all the companion quests.
When I was stranded in Emerald Vale, I simulated a number of hypothetical scenarios in which Edgewater met its demise. Death by automechanical was number 57.
Let's talk to Ada and see if she's happier now that we've killed everyone there.
How can I be of assistance?
Got a minute? I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of
That's
the
what we
colony
want.
would you like to discuss?
Terra 2.
Where in Terra 2?
Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. When I was stranded in Emerald Vale, I simulated a number of hypothetical scenarios in which Edgewater met its demise. Death by automechanical was number 57.
All right, well, I guess that's all we get now.
See you soon, Captain.
Earlier, when we had saved the place, she was not happy with us. She was not happy that we let all those people live because of the way they treated her and her captain. All right, so back to Adjutant Conde.
Of Byzantium, Captain.
Actually, let's do this the quicker way. And just fast travel to her. There we go. All right. Okay, let's go see. Here she is.
I've just been informed that the problem of Edgewater has been permanently resolved.
It has. Nobody's going to miss that backwater excuse for a town.
You enjoyed this job rather more than I anticipated. You should be proud of yourself, Captain. You're on the verge of making history. There's just one last job I need you to do for me. I've made arrangements for you to journey to the Hope. You will board your former colony ship, reactivate its navigation systems, and skip the colony ship into orbit around Tartarus. Once the Hope is in position, we will have everything we need to begin healing the colony.
What's so important about the Hope?
Technology, Captain. The same technology that allowed you and your fellow colonists to make the journey from Earth to Halcyon. Under the Lifetime Employment Program, every suitable worker in Halcyon will be placed in suspended animation. The Hope is the perfect storage facility for the colony's workers.
Uh-huh. What about the people on the Hope?
I won't lie to you. We're going to have to dispose of some of the Hope settlers in order to make room for Halcyon's rotating workforce. But try to understand, many of your fellow settlers are beyond saving. They've been frozen for far too long, and the revival process would be lethal.
This sounds incredibly dangerous.
You've proven yourself more than capable. I don't know if there's anyone better suited to this mission than you.
How do you expect me to do this?
The Hope has been out of commission for years. You'll need to connect your own ship to the Hope's auxiliary power supply. Then make your way to the Hope's bridge. Your ship's computer will activate the Hope's skip drive and bring you into orbit around Tartarus.
All right, I guess I'll do it.
I have the highest faith in your abilities, Captain. You and I are going to save Halcyon together.
I got a real problem with this.
Oh, not this again, Felix.
Here's what I don't understand.
Here we go again.
The Hope. Big damn colony ship, right? Lost on the edge of space, hundreds of thousands of colonists floating out there just waiting for a savior. And you're just gonna deliver them into the hands of the board?
I haven't made a decision yet, all right? I need to think about this.
Come on, boss. Nothing good ever came out of thinking things through. It's just wrong. The board's already got a stranglehold on the entire colony. You're about to give them another ship full of slaves.
All right, we can lie and say, all right, and what if I told you I'd never go through with it?
I'd say you're spinning me a story. I know you, boss. Don't try to pull one over on me.
All right, I'm part of the Hope, too. Do you really think I'm going to sell out my own people?
I don't know what to think. It's not that I don't trust you. I don't trust the board. And right now, it's like the board's inside your head.
And our only option here is to say I'm not about to change my course.
Then I guess we got nothing more to say to each other.
But you're still going to do it. You're still not going to bail out, are you? Okay, so. So at this point, we still haven't committed to one side or the other. We can still go and do this Phineas's way, or we can do this the board's way. So we could go straight to the Hope from here, or we can do it Phineas's way, and that might be the way we go in the end. I'm not 100% sure. But we've got Felix's side quest to do now. So we're going to head back to the ship. Oh, we got the sirens going outside today. Okay. So we need to go back to Scylla. Harlow's base. There we go. I don't think this quest is going to take us too terribly long here. I didn't expect to go more than 4 hours today. We're right at about 3.5. I'll be surprised if it takes us more than half an hour. All right, we got to keep Felix along, and let's take Parvati, see if she has anything to say about murdering everyone in her hometown. Yeah, probably don't want to jump off of there. So these are the rebels.
Hey, you.
Velker.
Looking for something?
Not you.
Got my sights on.
Yeah, good for you. Nobody cares what you got your sights on. Think you're some kind of tough guy? Alright, we need to get inside here and talk to Felix's contact. That's a bathroom. And let's just check out this terminal quick. Harlow's crew terminal. Welcome to the high ground. Soldier, logs. Acquisitions log. Independent freighter, Cat's Meow, contraband pharmaceuticals. Independent freighter, getaway sticks. Brought down, salvaged cargo. As usual, we are able to intercept these ships despite how cleverly they mask their heat signatures. Our patron pulled through again and with that tracking data. Don't know how they get their hands on it, but we're in no position to refuse charity. Ah, okay, I see. That's where that data pad we found outside was, too. So, apparently these guys have been getting tips about ships coming close by, and they've been managing to bring them down and ransack them. We have a memo. Crew, I'm beginning to wonder about our patron. When we opened up our scanners and sniffed the system for our latest Wildcat, we picked up a signal from a corporate freighter nearby. It was hauling 10 times more cargo than our target. No sooner did we scan it than a message came through ordering us to go after the Wildcat instead. Something doesn't add up. Until I get answers, stay skeptical. Okay, open last entry. Pirate code. Rule number 1, Harlow's the boss. Rule number 2, fuck the board. Rule number 3, why are you still reading, pig? Wake up. If you're seeing this, the board already owns you. You went looking for the rules. Why? Because life's a game to you. Maybe you like being played. You guzzled down that sense of security like it's purple-berry flavored opium. Fuck rules and fuck terminals. It's not a revolution if we're using the weapons they raised against us time and time again. From the front lines of the riots to the corporate sit-ins and error, document Pirate's Code has exceeded character limit. Alright, so we get the point, we get what they're doing here, but it sounds like maybe they are unwittingly doing things that benefit the board. Or maybe it's not as unwitting as one might think. Here's Harlow.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see or a you've aged, old man?
No, it's fine. I'll do my own introductions. I'm Old Man McRib, Harlow, Old Man McRib.
Your captain has a sense of humor, Felix. Good. There's a time and place for humor. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
He's been watching out for us just as much as we've been watching out for him. Felix is family, mister.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy.
How long is that going to take? We got places to be.
I'm afraid I have not made myself clear. Felix may have served you with childlike aplomb, but the day will come when he puts away childish things and serves a higher cause. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
I remember that promise. Thing is, I've already got a crew. And I'm not sure I can walk away.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
Good luck. He's the least reliable. Good luck. He's the least reliable crew on a ship literally called the Unreliable. You expect me to just hand over my crew? Go fuck yourself.
That you feel insulted is a testament to your affection for the boy. I'm not asking you to let him go. Not until he's ready. I understand that Felix is part of your crew, at least for now. If the thought of losing him troubles you, then understand that you're helping him solve a problem for an old friend. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely.
Let's pretend I take care of your problem. What happens after that?
Then Felix will have done me a favor, and I will be grateful. I imagine we'll catch up on lost time, have a long talk about his future.
Do you ever get tired of pretending he doesn't already have a captain? Suppose that's fair. I never really needed him. What did Trask do to deserve death?
Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
There's more to this than you're letting on.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token.
All right, let's get going. So we're going to head to the Groundbreaker. And we're going to talk to Trask's wife and find out what's going on here. Something doesn't quite add up. This guy wants this guy dead. We're just supposed to take his word for it, and how convenient that he's sending someone to do the job that's unaffiliated with him and his operation, which would make it plausible for him to say he had nothing to do with it. So we'll talk to Trask, we'll talk to him, and then we'll see who needs to die.
Request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Administrator Ludo dead. That's because he was crazy. He got eaten by a giant worm. Okay, we'll go find Rosanna. Wasn't that a song? Pretty sure it was. Okay, let's go find her and talk to her. She'll tell us where her husband is. We'll go talk to him and decide who needs killing.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
See what the news has to say.
Do you have what it takes to defend your
Same thing as before.
from the dangers of alien wildlife?
How you doing, Rosanna? Tell me where your husband is, because some guy wants me to murder him.
You mind? Trying to have a moment here.
Uh-huh. Looking for a guy by the name of Rufus Trask. I'm told he lived around here.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Uh-huh. Intimidate 15. I'm sure you don't mean that. It's not like you know that I'm working for Sophia Akande. Let's play the board card and see how she reacts.
You're working for the adjutant? I had no idea. I'm not looking to get hauled off to Tartarus. Rufus and his band of merry gun hands are hiding out in Emerald Vale. I swear, that's all I know.
Uh-huh. Got a few more questions.
Please, just make it quick.
Harlow tells me Trask betrayed him. Do you know anything about that?
Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order.
Mm-hmm. He didn't tell you anything about Harlow?
No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I.
Okay. How much do you know about Harlow?
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
Sounds familiar, Felix.
He must have been recruiting, gathering up his band of revolutionaries.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus.
Fair enough. Did you and Trask really split up?
That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Appreciate it. No offense meant. Just been a long day is all.
Fair enough. Let's go ahead. Back to the ship. There is quite a bit of ship hopping here. Which is mildly annoying, but I guess in theory we could be doing these in bits and pieces as we go, too. All right, so now we're going to head over to Edgewater. And we're going to confront Trasks, who somehow survived the robo-apocalypse.
Take someone to watch your back.
All right, and we're good ways away from where they are. Wow, they're way up there. Okay. So we can go to the botanical lab. It's probably the closest point. And this is what I meant earlier when I said that the game kind of takes you everywhere. If you go out of your way and make sure you do all the side quests and all that stuff, the game is eventually going to take you to anywhere that has anything. That has anything of interest. So it's a little different than some of the Fallout games in the sense that you're not going to be traveling. Okay, we've got some marauders alive. Everything's pretty low level here, I think, so shouldn't be too hard to deal with. But I'm not sure how we get to where Trask is. Maybe we go around this way? This is pretty cool. I like these rock formations. Layers of volcanic brick, I guess, or volcanic rock. North Gulch. All right, let's go talk to Trask. Oh, he's got his little drop ship there.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we can just attack if we want to, but I want to know a little more. Harlow said you betrayed him.
Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying.
Why did you betray him?
How do I know that I can trust you?
If I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
That sounds about right. You're asking me to take you for your word. Show me some evidence.
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. Yeah, there is. You're looking at him.
Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent.
Okay. Why would the board buy off Harlow?
Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me.
Uh-huh. What was Harlow doing for the board?
Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse.
All right, I think I've heard enough.
Take it you've made up your mind.
I'm not going to kill you, Trask, but I'm going to ask for your ring.
You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Take care of yourself. Okay, so now we need to find the evidence.
Clyde Harlow, agent of the board. Yeah, that sounds even more insane out loud than it did in my head. I don't know what to think. Between you and Clyde, I'm starting to think everybody's on the board's payroll. Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. Could have been trying to shift the blame.
Could have been. Trask said he has evidence.
I can't imagine Clyde working for the board. But we owe it to ourselves to find out. Trask said he stashed the evidence in a vent back at the base. We should go take a look.
Yes, we should. Let's get going. All right, and where is our ship? So now, back to Scylla. This is the one thing that is a bit frustrating with this game, is with some of these quests, it's go here, it's go to this planet, fast travel to this spot, have one conversation, fast travel to another planet, fast travel to another spot, have one other conversation, then go back where you started, which is kind of irritating. But I don't know that there's really another way to do it, so I guess it's fine. All right, let's go find this evidence. Monarch Stellar Industries absurd propaganda cut off by heroic benefactor. Well, the whole thing's been cut off at this point. This is a pretty cool looking drop ship. Alright, so we've got to find the evidence, and then we can decide what to do with Clyde.
That machine stole my bits. Why do we even have one of these?
It is kind of a good question. If you're rebels, why do you have a bored vending machine? Okay, that's Clyde. We need the evidence, which is supposedly an event. Which is where? Maybe this way? Yeah, here we go. Stash receipts. Let's take a look at the quest now. It should tell us what they say. Trask said he stashed evidence in an event. It could be worth a look. Okay, let's see. Do we have the items? Here they are. These receipts detail payments made to C. Harlow on behalf of the board for freelancing services. Included are the names of several freighters targeted by Harlow's crew, their manifests, and the sum value of all cargo delivered to board authorities. So there they are. There is the evidence. So Clyde was definitely working for the board. Here's Trask's ring. So now, we want to talk to Felix and see what he wants to do about this.
We need to have a word with Clyde.
What do you think about the evidence?
Looks like Trask was telling the truth. It's all there. Receipts for services rendered, payments, records, ship manifests. Clyde was a pirate for hire, and the board was paying him off. In typical board fashion, they left a trail of receipts behind. Ain't that just ironic?
We have a dumb option. Ironical, Felix. The word you're looking for is ironical. Yeah.
That ain't the point, boss. I feel like Clyde's been taking us for a ride. I don't want to believe it, but I need to know. Clyde owes us some answers. Something about this don't add up. And I mean to find out why.
All right, let's go confront him. By confront, I mean have a conversation with, have a short pre-murder conversation with this person.
What's the word?
I can lie and show him the ring and say it's done. Trask is dead. Trask had a lot to say about you, Harlow. Or we can just straight attack. You're a traitor. Let's talk to him. Little pre-execution conversation.
Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own executioner. He'd say anything to preserve his life.
Would he now? Trask told me you've been working for the board.
That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand?
Show him the papers. You've been bought off. I've got the receipts. You're an asshole, Harlow. That's good enough for me. Relax. I work for the board myself. I don't have a problem with any of this. Show him the papers.
Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for.
I think you owe Felix an explanation. Your friend's been taking us for idiots, Felix. Want to teach him a lesson?
Believe me, boss, I'm tempted. But I'm gonna give him one chance to own up. Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Incoming!
Oh, well, that's the end of that. Oh, I guess we're going to have to fight them all off. I'm okay with that. Come on, give me somebody to kill.
That's the last of us.
All right, there we go. And do we need to talk to Felix again?
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Don't look at me, Felix. I don't think. I just shoot things.
Yeah, no kidding, boss. You made that clear as day. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me.
Uh-huh. The lesson here, Felix, is not to look up to anyone.
It's pretty harsh, boss. You including yourself in that lesson?
Of course not. I'm amazing and you should admire me.
You want me to admire you? Go tell the adjutant to get spaced. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
And there we go. Felix's quest is over. We've got all the perks. Nyoka's quest is done. Everybody's done. Let's head back to the ship. Oh, we can't fast travel while enemies are nearby. There must still be somebody that needs killing in here.
Something going on. Jackass is coming! Everyone all right? Let's take him down!
And we should still have a few more out here.
What was that?
Heads up!
All right. Anybody else? Construction Mechanical is not hostile. All right, looks like everybody got what they needed. Some bullets. Okay, we'll head back to the ship. Seeing as we're right here, we'll just go on in. All right, and with that, we have completed all of our companion side quests. We're kind of getting right up to the end of the game here where we've got to start making some decisions, but in this box, in this mysterious package, is the beginning of the Peril on Gorgon DLC. So, this was why I wanted to burn through some of these quests today so we can get to that. So my expectation is that Monday evening, probably around between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll see. We'll see when I actually get settled in and can go. But either Monday or Tuesday evening, we're going to jump back into the Outer Worlds. We're going to do that whole DLC from start to finish. And then after that, we'll wrap up the game. So very, very good indeed. I appreciate everybody coming on and hanging out today for this little bit of a surprise early stream. It was great to see everybody, and I appreciate you hanging around. Remember, if you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Hit the like, leave comments, all that good stuff. For my Fallout 76 viewing fans, we will have a script video tomorrow and another lore video on Sunday. One of the many, many very sad stories from Fallout 76. We'll highlight that. And next week, we'll be back with Peril on Gorgon in the Outer Worlds. Hopefully in the next week or two, we'll wrap the whole thing up. And then we'll have a new season started in Fallout 76, so we'll have more streams there. And we get how it all goes. There's always something coming. So once again, thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your days, and I will see you all next time.